Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to episode 32 of the Six Pack
Yes.
Podcast.
Yes.
Welcome back, Jazzy.
Hello.
Welcome.
Good evening, Bart.
Hello.
Everybody welcome.
Shannon,
Yes.
looking lovely.
Fancy.
Fancy. We're all fancy in
Very
our own way.
fancy.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Do
I
I have
wanted
your
fancy time.
Do I have your permission to remove my hat?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't say you had to wear it in the first place. That was a full 100% you choice. And I just respected it. You are free to wear whatever hat or no hat you want in this space.
Excellent.
Yes.
Shannon, do we have any housekeeping?
I don't think so, but I feel like I need to explain why we're fancy. I mean, I don't, but I do.
Go on.
You see, Doc had asked the men of the podcast host chat to do fancy dress to match Alex for the watch party last Tuesday. So I assumed that was an invitation just for the men. I thought about dressing up, but I think I was just too beat up from work and stuff. So I was like, it's fine. I'm just going to roll up in a hoodie and it's going to be all fine. No, everyone did fancy dress. Everyone. And I was like, oh. And I'm here in a Moogle hoodie. And didn't
It was
I
a nice
feel
Moogle
foolish?
hoodie, to be fair.
Yeah.
It is. It's my Jollibee one that I ordered from the collab. So it's a bunch of Moogles eating chicken and peach mango pies and stuff. But still. So I said, fine, I'll do fancy dress. I thought I said we, but I said I'm definitely doing fancy dress for the podcast because I thought that's what we were talking about. I didn't necessarily know if it was the episode watch party or the podcast. I assumed we'd just be matching Alex for the podcast or something. No, I was wrong. It was special dress watch party. So I asked that I said fancy dress for the podcast, and then I showed up and no one was in fancy dress except me. And it was once again, this is incredibly embarrassing for me. So everyone's now in semi-fancy dress, and I'm literally in a bridesmaid dress. So I'm literally fancy dressed up. No joke. It's serious.
You look rich.
I have 2 jackets waiting because it is very cold because the air conditioner is on. So see how long I can last. I have leggings and Crocs on underneath the dress, so I can be warm.
Excellent.
Yes. And the fancy necklace I told you guys about because I can actually wear it in something like this.
Mm.
Hey.
Where is it? It's in the dress. There's a D4 at the
There
bottom
is
of
a
the
D4.
necklace.
That looks great.
I'm trying to get it further up, but it keeps falling. So it's in the dress. It's in the dress right now as we speak.
It's just disappeared.
It's a deep
Disappeared?
cut dress, and it's literally
Yeah.
in the dress. It's right here. So it's fine. It's because it's kind of I'm still figuring out how best to wear a necklace like this. I've never had one. I've always wanted one. But it's pretty. And it's cool. And it's got a dice on it. A die. Why is dice? Here's my question. My last question for housekeeping.
Mhm.
Why is dice an easier word to say than die? Because I always go right for dice, even when it's singular. But when I say die, it feels like more of an effort word. Why is that?
Well, maybe because die means death,
Death.
whereas dice means either something you roll or finely chopped veg or something. It's not. There's less drama with dice.
Yeah. Perhaps.
Maybe.
But then you do
Perhaps.
dice with death.
Ooh, you dice. Oh yeah.
They're intrinsically linked.
We need a new word. Ben Starr, make a new word.
Yeah,
No,
he's the only
don't let
one
that
we
man
can
make
turn
any
to
more
in
words.
times of need.
No more words.
We will. We'll see if Sophie maybe can ask Ben on Friday for a new word.
We'll see if we can
I'm
get
at a
one from her.
loss. I'm at a loss of why dice feels harder to say and why I keep going right for dice.
Do you know what? My brain overcorrects as well because I feel like I have to remember that a singular die is a die. And so
Mhm.
my brain
Yeah.
then overcorrects. So every time I'm talking about plural dice, my brain goes, die.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I
Dices.
overcorrect the other way. Yeah, dices. Pieces.
Or maybe think of it like this, right? You've got mice and mouse, so maybe you need dice and douse.
No,
Like
because
when you
douse
douse
means something
flames?
else.
Does
Like
it?
when you douse.
When
Yeah.
you like.
Oh yeah,
If
like
you
a.
douse
Mhm.
something.
It's
Mhm.
But
definitely
then
not
you're
a new word. That's for sure.
rolling. You're rolling a douse.
Rolling a douse.
House. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think all of
We'll
those
have to workshop this.
Yeah.
words
Welcome
of
to the new etymology
Latin,
section.
yes,
of the
of Latin
podcast.
origin
Comment below.
are tricky.
Yeah. Tell us your thoughts and
We're gonna have some
opinions.
linguists.
Tell us your word of the day.
Yeah.
Word of the day. Yeah.
I feel like we need
Yeah.
a word of the day. Actually, I feel like that's what we're missing.
What's your word of the day, guys? What's your word of the day?
Douse.
Oh my God.
Jazzy's right in there.
You know what? I'll say so. I was helping another store last night, and I know we had the Miffy set up, and I said to the new manager, I was like, "Do you guys have any Miffy cups I need to put out tonight before I leave?" And she went, "We're Miffless." And I keep thinking about it because she just said it was such a straight face. I was like, Miffless. I think Miffless is gonna be.
I think that needs to be a new
I'm
slang.
Miffless.
That's got to be some kind of
I
new
was like,
slang.
that's incredible. I was telling my manager about this morning, and he was like, yeah, no, she's effortlessly funny. Like, she literally didn't even miss a
Yeah.
beat. She's like, we're Miffless. We're Miffless. It's like, oh. And I said, oh, they've been miffled. They have no miffs.
They're miffed.
They're
No
miffed because
miffs
they are
left to give.
miffless.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with fathom.
Ooh.
Like a pool, like water. Like, it's got several meanings. It's very deep. It's a deep word.
Yeah.
Is a deep word.
It's also
Sophie?
like that one company, Fathom Events, that I have to keep hearing about when I go to the movies. Enough's enough. I don't know if you guys get those ads, but
Not that I can remember.
they do the
It's been a
special
hot minute
screenings.
since I've been to the movie theater.
Yeah, they do the special screenings of like old movies and things, like Fathom Events. Like, so like I get a lot of those when I go to see a movie because they want me to go see like Princess Mononoke in theaters or whatever. But yeah,
Tell us your word, Soph.
yeah,
I think I'm gonna have to go with rapscallion just because it's fun to say.
That's a good one.
Oh, what
That's
a
a
lovely
great one.
word.
that's a great word.
Excellent.
Now I want scallion pancakes.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
I don't know if you guys know what those are. They're delicious.
Episode 31 review. Shannon,
Yeah.
do we have comments that we need to
Good question.
Address.
I'll open
anyone
it right
complaining about
now.
our attire that we need to call out
Those,
repeatedly?
those cats. What are they
Well,
wearing?
First of all, I had a fantastic T-shirt on that day. Let's see. Short Trek talked about like how long they think the live show is gonna be. Let's see. They think it's about like 2 hours maybe. So we'll see. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't know if they've adjusted the
I got no skin in the game.
time
Yeah.
on the Webby site.
Yeah. And what else? Talking about like combat and talked about
Oh.
like how he didn't really enjoy combat at first. And then like now all of his favorite episodes have some sort of interesting combat mechanic in it or have a lot of combat. Specifically 13, 17, 22, 32, and 41 in no particular order. But also the Deck of Many Friends was in those same episodes, so. But yeah, and then it made the episode really tense, which he liked. Martina also recommends the second Greedfall game, like Sophie. And also said congrats on me seeing Florence, which I still think was a really cool experience. I was very happy about it. And said it was nice to listen to us, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. Let's see. This is like a new. I don't think I've ever seen this commenter, so I'm trying to. Oh, they gave a long comment. All right, hold on. I'm skimming, and trying to get things to answer.
Who needs AI when you have Shannon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
Who
summarize
said
for
I'm
us.
good at it? That well, AI's not good at it either. Actually, I'm
It's
probably better
terrible
at it
at
than AI. Yeah. So like Mason in the Dark says that sometimes the enemies seemed a bit OP in this one, but it was a way that was narratively appropriate because they're dealing with some of Daelon's deepest secrets, so it should be well guarded. And then it's good to get a reminder now again that certain encounters can be lethal. Yeah, you don't want to let them get complacent and think that they're gonna win every fight. He also talked about going like never being to a video game concert, but they did go to a Doctor Who concert, which I think sounds really cool. Actually,
Ooh, that would
I
have been
do
really
love the
good.
musical stylings of Murray Gold.
I was
Do
going to
have a
say Murray
special place
Gold.
in
So
my heart.
good.
Murray
I
Gold.
love Murray Gold. I used to listen to the I want to say it was like the season 3 David Tennant and Freema Agyeman soundtrack a lot when I was younger. Really like that one. I forget what piece it was. Now I'm gonna have to look that up later. And then there was apparently like a girl in their school that sounded so much like Florence that they were accused of lip syncing, and they proved that they actually just sound like that. And I'm really proud of that girl. She's tough. Gosh, yeah. You show them, because honestly, if you have vocals like Florence, you should show them off.
Yeah.
They also ship Radiant and Thalon more and more with each passing week, so you're welcome. And yeah, or see Justice for Orsino. Look, he's dumb, and it's okay. We don't all have to have every talent. And then they also shouted us out on our hard work, so thank you. Somebody named Jazzy, I don't know,
Ugh.
said they caught up with this, and said it was lovely, but they might not be calm, and I don't know if I like that. I don't know. It sounds
I
vaguely
feel like
threatening.
this Jazzy guy really needs to call his chabs.
It
Just
sounds
really needs to call
vaguely threatening.
Yeah.
We might get to vote for Mark. Apparently, he beat a reigning world champion at darts once, on
there
an
you go.
exhibition leg. But how long after they reigning world champion? How long were they reigning? And
We
then
need this Jazzy guy to weigh in on this.
yeah, we need Jazzy to weigh in.
Maybe
on the
we should
darts
maybe we should get him on the
situation.
podcast. Maybe we should get him on the podcast.
The problem is he's too calm.
Oh, he can't talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if we can, we need to get Mark to show us his dart skills.
Oh my God! Have
Yeah.
him set up a dart cam and just starts throwing
Yeah.
darts at the. That would be really funny.
Darts in the
kinda-
MCM hall, probably not so.
No, don't do it there. I mean, like,
We have
he
to
should do it
somewhere
at
else.
home in the safety of his home,
Oh,
where he won't
Either
hurt
that or-
anyone.
Or a pub with a
Or-
dart
Yeah, I was going to
board.
say, we're going for drinks after MCM. If there's a pub, I don't know if there's a dartboard at the pub that we're going to.
there are options. We'll see
Yeah.
whether we can
Just get him to do it. And
satisfy the listeners with that.
yeah.
First one to get a natural 6 wins.
Ah, there you go.
Wait, does that mean that it has to be like a single 6 or
Not a double
Can you
threat.
get-
Yeah. Do you not? Do you add up
or a
to
double
it,
or
or
a
do
triple
you-
2? Because triple
Yeah.
2 is
Oh, triple
That-
two
that
would
takes
be
skill.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
Like I feel
skill.
like
because is there a 6?
yeah, there is a 6. Yeah,
1 to 20.
doesn't it? Yeah, it goes just round 1 to 20, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yeah.
I honestly don't
So
know.
yeah, 1 to 20,
Yeah.
and then doubles, and then trebles, and then in the middle you've got
And then
50
you've
for the
got the
bullseye,
outer and 25 for the
25
outer.
25
for
for the
the-
boundary, I think they call
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I played the dart
green
mini game
bit.
in Final Fantasy VII like
I was
an
gonna say, in
absurd amount
Remake.
of times. Yeah, an
I was
absurd because I
determined
wanted
to get that
that high
trophy.
score.
I
Yeah,
wanted that
I
trophy.
needed it, and also I really like when you do well and you cut back to Cloud and he's just like to
I know,
himself.
like-
It just makes me laugh. Like he's just nice to
Yes.
himself.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I really wanted to kick Wedge's ass. Like, I just really wanted to do it.
I
Like,
really wanted to
love
be his
Wedge,
high score.
but yeah, I wanted to kick his butt.
I'm nice, but I'm not that nice.
Yeah, I'm not that nice.
No,
I'm kind. I'm not nice.
Excellent.
right.
Difference.
Good. Anything else on 31?
And Kenneth said he's also a healer in 14, and it's scary.
Hmm.
It's scary to be important at work, you know?
Yeah.
It is. It is.
It's still scary.
To be relied
I
upon.
still have a dungeon I have to do that I haven't, or a trial, because I have to do it with other people. I'm scared I'm going to kill them all. So, yay. It's Ramu. I have to fight Ramu.
Oh.
A striking
Lightning boy.
tree.
That's a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, I'm
That's
scared
the
of
problem.
healing people in there because I forget the mechanics. But oh well. Eventually I'll do it.
Good.
Maybe I'll do it tonight.
Right. Newsy news. The merch has been delivered, or at least has been shipped.
It has.
If you didn't order a shirt or you ordered it separately.
True.
Mm-hmm.
True. Bard, did you order anything?
I did.
Oh, you have one. Mine is.
Gorgeous.
I also my
Out of
pin badge
frame.
is all the way over there. I have a duplicate for someone else who realised that they had a doctor's appointment as the merch shop was going live. So I have a spare one of these to give to a good friend. But it's so pretty. It's so nice. It's so pretty. I love it. I love it.
You're beautiful.
I also have a T-shirt that will be arriving
Coming
at
in due
some
course.
point in the future. So
Did you get one of the bags?
I did. It was a last minute decision. So I went in and I got the notebook and the pin badge, and then went back to get the T-shirt, and then I noticed the bags were still on sale. I was like, yeah, why not? And so yeah,
Excellent. I have now a new swimming go bag.
nice. Is it bigger than the black one, or is it the same size?
You can see my pens. I think it's a little bit bigger.
Okay,
Yeah, this is very heavy because it's got all sorts of
Looks
stuff in it
good.
right now. But yeah, I think it's a little bit bigger.
yeah,
Definitely tougher.
it does look good. It does look
Yeah.
good. I'm excited to get it.
Yeah, definitely tougher. In fact, I can compare.
Oh,
Ooh, we're doing it live, guys. We're doing it live.
Merch wars.
F it, we'll do it live. I still quote that to this day.
I don't know. It'll be for the back. All right, so this is
Yeah.
the original. The original.
Yep.
Well, the second, but the original
Yes,
merch
the-
drop
Yeah.
The
bag.
original is the single, like the sort of.
the
just-
single
I
bag.
love that
single
bag. My
compartment
Cheez It, distribution bag from when my dad was in the hospital.
I love it.
Because I used to keep
Oh, it
a box of
is.
Cheez Its in
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
Oh,
it's quite
gosh.
big. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're about the same size.
Yeah.
They don't look it though.
Yeah, they're both
Yeah.
about
It's
the
hard
same size.
with the black bag, I think, because you can't see the pocket lines on it
Yeah.
because it's black and
Yeah.
it's but the white
It's
bag you can
slimming.
see every line.
The only
It's slimming.
thing, the only
Black
thing
is
about
slimming.
it
This is true.
is that the inner pocket is not zipper.
Yeah, it's just a little slip pocket. I do love that bag though. I take it to all my cons because it's quite large.
It's such a lifesaver.
That's what I carried the tube with the birthday cards I still haven't sent in because it was quite large. Look, I've been working. I had a 3-week stretch in which I had to work 8 days in a row and then 9 days in a row. So I'm working on
Yeah,
it.
You've been doing
Maybe
stuff.
tomorrow
Busy
I'll work
doing
on
things.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
very tired.
So yes, I think they're both very, very similar in size.
They're good bags.
But the new one is beefy, tough. They all look good. Jazzy, tell us what you got.
So I got the T-shirt, I got the journal, and I got the badge. I got them as one delivery, so they've not arrived yet.
They will come when the shirts ship. Yeah.
It makes
But
sense.
they look amazing so far. I'd love to see, because I've not seen any. whether the badge is, glow in the dark.
It is.
It is.
It
It's
is
glow in the dark.
100%
Somebody has
glow in the
posted some
dark.
pictures. It's very cool.
It's really clean.
I'm quite
Really clean.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite excited for that. The journal looks amazing as well. People posting photos, and you actually look at the sort of detailing on up close on the
The
actual.
paper is
Yeah.
such good quality as well. Like, it's so nice.
I told Holly I'm gonna write so much Final Fantasy 14 fan fiction in that notebook. She was like, "What happens in that notebook is between you and God, girl." I will. It will have to be changed to lined paper though, just because I have horrible spacing issues. So I will need lined paper.
You need the
but-
assistance.
Yes, but I'll keep the paper if I ever want to use it for like separators or something. That's what it'll be for.
Go ahead, Jesse.
I'm just saying, it was a really good decision to make it refillable.
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
everything is about utility with Holly, and I really appreciate that.
100%.
can use it
I knew a
forever.
guy, Shan, who was similar and had a stamp that he used. So you can buy
Oh.
a stamp that's got lines, right? And then you can
Yeah, yeah,
so if you wanted to
yeah.
do that, I'm sure you could find a stamp.
I think Holly said if it turns out that the cost of making refills is cheap enough, they'll just keep putting it back
Oh.
on the merch drops.
Yeah.
Because I had brought it up to her because somebody asked something about it. Someone was like concerned about the paper, and she was like, honestly, like if it's cheap enough, like it's not an issue for me at all to add that as a. So she's been saying that now whenever somebody asks or says that they like the paper,
like
that
if the minimum order quantity
Yeah,
is
not
like,
too bad.
a sensible level, then yeah.
Yeah, because somebody had
Yeah.
asked, I think one of those times when like nobody was really online, so I just like used my privilege to be like, hey, I'm actually curious about this too. Is this something we could do? And she was like, yeah, I'll pop in there and tell them that's something we could probably do. And I was like, thanks. So because I also like, and Holly and I talked about this too. I'm horrible about using things that are special, because then I can't use them again or I can't replace them. And that's why she was like, then you're going to love the notebook because you can refill it. I don't want people to feel like they can't use the notebook. And I was like, thank you.
Well, people have been
More
talking
notebooks
about
should be
natural
refillable.
stick. People have been talking about natural stick stationery, like
Yeah.
as being
Oh, for
something
ages,
that they
right,
would want.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this is, if we'll see. Because obviously they're probably not going to look into it until they start getting ready for the next merch drop.
Yeah.
But like, that's exciting.
are
'cause the paper is
probably-
really cute.
Yeah. And right now they are probably busy, like
Because they're
super
back.
busy.
They're back, baby.
They'll be back in their new studio, but also like MCM coming up and all that kind
MCM.
of stuff. Like,
Yep.
yeah, there's a lot
Lots of
going on.
things.
Oh, yes.
Ooh,
Oh, yes. There's some busyness. Speaking of busyness, I have the schedule for the rest of May up on screen. I think all the Witchspire characters have been announced now.
Last one was today, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think that was
assume
all of
based on
them.
the fact that
I'm gonna
Harry
count them
does
right
not have
now.
one announced that he will be DMing.
Yep. We've got 5.
that would make.
I think
Right.
that was confirmed in Cantrip as well.
So
Yeah, I'm obsessed
What
with them.
this cantrip just gone.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jazzy flashbanging himself.
Yeah.
I'm calm.
Yes.
Are you calm? Are you calm? Jazzy, stay
Uh,
calm.
Good. Yep. Should be good.
I love all of them.
So obviously we'll have the Witchspire.
I love
trailer
Ben's
coming
little Heimerdinger clone.
Yes.
Every time I look at him, I just see Heimerdinger. Like I cannot unsee Heimerdinger.
Unsee
You
it.
can't.
Yeah,
You can't see anything
It's
else.
literally
Kinda
like
difficult.
I was sitting here, like I was already like, oh, that's very cute and that's very Ben. And then I looked at it, I think it was 2 days ago, but I didn't want to say it in the chat because I didn't want to like make someone think I was doing accusations. Really, I just want to make a joke. Because I love this artist. This artist's work is very cute. I'm obsessed with
It's
it.
adorable.
But for days, I was like, who is like, who am I thinking of when I look at this strange, wizened little man? And I was like, oh my god, it's Heimerdinger. It's literally beloved Arcane slash League of Legends
League of
character
Legends, yeah.
Heimerdinger.
Yep.
That's so
the
I
individual
love
who is doing the
Aoife's.
art is the person who is doing the concept art for the game, I believe, or at least on the team that
think
does
so.
is doing the
Yeah.
concept art for the game.
I love Aoife's, which was the one that was just announced. Absolutely
Indeed.
obsessed.
Indeed.
I love all of them. They're all so cute.
So of course we'll have MCM this weekend coming,
Mhm.
and then episode 55, which will be the first episode in the new studio,
Yeah.
which is big.
Mm.
Anything else news-wise? I noticed that Harry put up some more stuff on the game he's in,
Black Jacket.
Black Jacket. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a short on, I think it was a short on YouTube, and as people do, like asking random people that are in video games what they're excited about, and Ben was talking about how he's really excited about Black Jacket as a game, which I thought was nice.
Cool.
Yeah, he doesn't have to play the
So-
mascot. Of course he's excited. I was deleting stuff off my phone and I saw that video from the Golden Joysticks again of him with the card on
With
his
the
head.
card.
Please,
Wow.
somebody
He's like,
just
please,
say no.
somebody say no.
Yep.
And then they call you down for a fitting, like, hey Ben, we'd love to have you here to measure your head. It's the funniest, and the nominees are so good. It gets me every time.
I will never. It's like the Tom Holland dancing to Rhiannon like video.
Ah.
If it ever crosses my feed, I have to watch it.
You have
Like,
to watch
it's
it,
just
yeah.
it's the law. You have
So
to watch
funny.
it. So remember,
Please,
kids,
someone
just say no.
Just say no.
Ben's
Freedom.
done the advertisement for why you
Every
should just
time
say
I'm
no.
sad, I
Yes.
just watch that video, like the fear in Ben's eyes at his own, at like problems of his own making.
I know.
I have to change my calendar.
do
Actually,
anything-
it's still on April.
Yeah, he will do anything for money.
He will do anything for money.
Anything for money.
And he would do
Anything.
that.
Of course, it has
Yeah.
to be the correct amount, but
I mean,
I-
yes, there will be a
I
price, but
found that
everything has a
picture-
price.
Yeah,
There
I
is
found
a
that
price.
picture from like Otakon where like he put out the sign that said like 500 for a forehead kiss. Haha, just kidding. Or am I? And like someone actually paid it, so he did it.
He's gonna get himself in so much trouble one of these days.
One of
He
these
really
days.
is.
And it was funny because like they had to hold it. I was in line when it happened, so he and
Oh
this
my
young
God.
gentleman had to hold it to get the picture. And Ben was trying so hard not to laugh. beat red, trying to hold it. I was like, "Problems of your own making, King."
Yeah,
yep.
no sympathy, no sympathy.
No.
All right. Anything else? Don't think we have anything else from the other boys.
Not really.
No, I mean, I saw like
Work-wise.
yeah, I think Alex posted something about recently wrapping on DLC for the altars.
Yes,
That's
he did.
true. He did. Yes. I don't know.
I've
whether
still not played the altars, but
Do we have
that's
a-
very exciting.
Do
that
we
they're
have a
doing
date
DLC
for
it.
when that's going to be released?
I don't think so.
Oh, I
But
don't
I mean,
know.
Summer Games Fest is in 3 weeks, so
Oh, that's a good point.
That is very
Shan.
true.
That's a good
I
point.
That is very
well,
true.
because I was texting my manager because I forgot to put in that I just don't close that day, and he was like, "Nah, girl, I gave you off coincidentally." I was like, "Oh, I just wanted all I need to know was if I could watch Summer Games Fest. Like, if I had work, I didn't care as long as I could watch Summer Games Fest. So thank you for letting me know I don't have work, so I can watch Summer Games
Yay.
Fest. Well, because we think we're finally going to hear about Final Fantasy VII Part 3, maybe finally after all
Maybe.
these years. Because
Maybe.
if you fumble having Part 3 release the year of the 30th anniversary, which is next year, that's embarrassing. So I'm
It's
hoping they
very
have something to
embarrassing.
present finally, but who knows?
Well,
At
there
Jeff
should, I
Keighley's
mean, there should be a
E3.
lot of Yeah, there should be a lot of assets that they can just reuse anyway from Rebirth, right?
Yep.
I'm
We're also
pretty
hoping for Requiem DLC. So
I'm pretty
Ooh.
sure I remember seeing an interview where they said that development of Final Fantasy VII Part 3 was actually slightly ahead of schedule.
yeah, it's going
Be-
well.
it's
Yeah.
because they're obviously building off the first two,
Yep.
and obviously
Yeah, and a lot of like the open world stuff is
Has already been
kind of
rendered.
because
Yeah.
they'll be
yeah.
revisiting those locations.
Yeah, there's very few
Yeah.
locations they haven't visited yet that wouldn't already be made, like Wutai, Rocket Town,
Medial.
Medial. So like most of it's ready to go. It's just a question of like making it all fit together. And I think that's what they were talking about in some of the interviews were like, how do we
It's
make
more
all of this fit
pulling
together?
pulling it all together because at the moment like the games themselves have only gotten up to effectively the end of the first disc.
Yeah.
So there is a decent amount that they need to cover in one game.
There's so much they have to cover.
I was trying
so
to
Yeah, they
much.
chose a very strange
So
spot
much.
to end.
Uh,
Like the climax of the game hasn't even
Yep.
happened yet, and they
We're
chose
n-
to end it there anyway.
Yep, we're not going to
Yeah.
talk about that.
No, that's fine.
Yep. Excellent.
God forbid I spoil a 30-year-old game. You know how it is.
Yep.
Spoilers.
Not in front of the spoiler prince.
He knows everything.
Yes. The 30-year-old game that is but isn't, right?
Yeah, it's Schrodinger's game.
Yes. Yes, Shannon.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. I think that's it on news. Apparently, the rumor is Alters DLC in June. We'll see whether that's accurate or not. I'm looking forward to playing through again. What's that ship? What's that ship's?
It's almost first
And,
light time. Can you believe it?
It is like a week, right?
Yeah. I
It
I
is.
can finally pre-order it now because I'm in a new credit cycle, so I might. But I'm so. When I was getting into my cool dress, I was like, just like James Bond. Apparently, they're finally casting. So, Alex, get in there.
They are indeed.
Yeah, he's got
They're
the
why-
tux.
casting.
that's
Alex,
why he's so
get
busy.
in
He's got
there.
the tux. He can mocap it.
Yeah.
He can mocap it.
That's why
Yep.
he's so busy, right?
Yeah.
Good. Before we do doing lately, Jazzy, tell us about your pocket square.
My pocket square. That's it. It came with the jacket.
Oh, does it not
wa-
come out of the jacket?
No, it's kind of sewn into it.
Ah,
It's like a fake pocket square.
That's terrible.
Shh. This is my afternoon tea
and here I
jacket.
was like expecting Jazzy to come out with
Thought
like
you were being so fancy.
tons of lore here about where this pocket square came from and how it was, like handed down by his grandfather's grandfather and whatever. But
It dates back to 1066.
Right.
excellent.
It's
That's all
Love
we needed.
Harold Godwinson's pocket square.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Right. Doing lately, Shannon.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Well, I mean, not really that much actually. I've mostly been working, and because of how work has been, I've been too tired to literally do anything. I literally said to my producer for my other job, I was like, I don't know what video you guys want me to post today after my podcast, but I didn't teach. There was one video where they asked if I could blur something. I said, oh, I'll teach myself how to blur. That's no problem. And then I said, okay, the blur video cannot be today. I'll tell you what, I logged into 14 and I didn't even play it. That's how bad it's been. I just logged in and did nothing. So, I haven't really done, in the grand scheme of things, much. But if my voice sounds weird, it's not just the allergies. I was at Bruce Springsteen over the weekend in New York City, which is always a rip-roaring good time. and I was at Madison Square Garden, and it was packed. The garden was full. Um, but it was super fun. He had Tom Morello as a special guest um, for the tour, so he's like touring with them. And it was crazy watching like all these people play guitar like crazy people. In the end, like, we had a lot to say about Tom Morello because he's an incredible guitarist. But like, we were more surprised by Niels Lundgren, who's been in the E Street Band for a very long time. He's known Bruce Springsteen for a very long time. And he, like, at one point he did like he was doing crazy stuff on the guitar. I don't know how old he is, but like they kept zooming in on his hands, and I'm like, I need to know your routine, because like he clearly has like hands of like somebody who's older, because he's like in his 70s probably. But he was like doing all kinds of crazy stuff on that guitar, and I'm like, I need to know his routine so that as I get older my hands can stay that like limber. That's crazy. Like me and my best friend literally looked at each other like, okay, we came here for Tom, but like, why is Niels Lundgren stealing the show? Like, that's crazy. Um, but he's excellent. I mean, the whole band is. The whole band is incredibly talented. My favorite is Jake, who is Clarence Clemens' nephew. Clarence Clemens famously was the saxophonist for the E Street Band and was Bruce Springsteen's very best friend. And he passed away when I was in college. And like Bruce still does tributes to him for every show, but now his nephew is Bruce's saxophonist, and he is so much fun. Like he's so into it. He's clearly having so much fun. Every time Jake comes out, everybody goes nuts. Everybody loves Jake. Um, but yeah, it was super fun. Seeing Tom Morello was awesome. What was really cool about the concert was, without getting into too many details, it is a protest series concert. So he actually plays a lot of music that he doesn't normally get to play live because they're not like the hits. Now, I mean, all of Bruce Springsteen, most of his like backlog is like universally praised. So it's not like they're not good songs or not some of his best, but they have more political leans. So you're not usually playing them at your arena shows, unless like it's in an encore or it's like a special thing. So like we got to hear The Ghost of Tom Joad, we got to hear American Skin, we got to hear Streets of Minneapolis, and a lot of like really cool speeches too, because like boy oh boy, Bruce Springsteen is a storyteller and a speaker. Like if he could have found a second life, like just writing speeches for people, if he wasn't a musician. He's an incredibly good, incredibly gifted writer, and so like it was just really cool getting to Youngstown, like all these songs that like we've known our whole lives but I've never heard him perform live. He was just hitting all of them. And obviously he played like the big hits, Born to Run, Thunder Road, 10th Avenue Freeze Out, all that for the encore. He also opened the show with War, and it was really funny how he did it, because he came out and gave a speech to open up, and the very last word of the speech was War, and they literally just started performing War. And I was like, that is the funniest transition of all time. Thank you for giving me that. I will remember this for the rest of my life. But yeah, just a fantastic time. But also some of his hits actually are like protest. Born in the USA is a protest song, which if anybody read the lyrics, they'd know that, but they don't. So there you go. I've talked about this before. I call 4th of July misunderstand Born in the USA Day. It is a Vietnam War protest song. And then like, songs about hardship and stuff. Like a lot of his hits are about hardship. And just kind of working through it. Did Backstreets, Land of Hope and Dreams, Wrecking Ball, things like that. So it was like really cool. It was super fun. The man never takes a break, or if he does, it's like 2 seconds long, which is impressive at his age. Good for him. He always puts on a good show. It's my third time seeing him. It was my like first time going since my dad died, so like that was a lot. But yeah, it was a really great time. I miraculously had a voice like the next day, which is crazy because I didn't think that was gonna happen. But it was in New York, so I got to spend the weekend with my best friend in New York and like go see Bruce Springsteen at the Garden. I got to take my friend to the Garden. She's never been there. It's like a famous arena. Like people just know it. I haven't been there since I was in like post college. Like that was super fun. I wore a Phillies jersey, and my friend was like, I don't know, I wouldn't wear Philly sports stuff in New York. A lot of people talked to me though. It was really nice, and they got a lot of Go Phils. but also is my Schwarber jersey, and it was literally the day after Schwarber became the first player this year to hit 20 home runs, and he has more home runs than half the teams in the MLB right now. So I thought it would be funny to wear that in New York, especially in the middle of the Subway Series, which is when the Mets play the Yankees. So yeah, that was the big event. That's why I work 9 days in a row, because I need 2 days off to go to New York. And I got Jollibee again. So I got my last Final Fantasy 14 meal. I actually got the box, which was very exciting for me because it's a very cute little box. I'm playing 14, as always. I don't know why anyone's surprised. I got some 14 merch recently. I got all the little figures, and I actually got a box that wasn't defected, so I got all 6 figures, including my favorite little guy, Thancred. So good day for me. All my little children are right here in front of me. I still need to fix their weapons because they're bent from shipping, but it's fine. We'll get there. It's gonna take me forever because I think I need a hair dryer or something. But I've mostly just been like doing nothing in 14 because, like I said, I've been too tired. But I log in anyway to do like silly stuff because it's fun. What I did when I was in New York, so my best friend's favorite game series, or one of them, is Ace Attorney, and when they released the collections, because I visited her a couple days after they re-released the collections for the Switch, and I was talking to her while I was there, and I was like, I know you love these games, they're on sale right now, but it was still kind of expensive, but I was like, should I? And she was like, yes, absolutely. I literally bought it right in front of her and started playing. But we had to wait for Mario Kart to download. So I was like, hey, you want to help me? I'll play Ace Attorney for you on your TV. And she's like, yeah, sure. We never played Mario Kart. We played Ace Attorney for like 5 hours because we didn't realize how long the case was, because it was the DLC case after the first game, when they re-released it for like the DS or something. And it's really long. It keeps getting crazier. I'm on the last section now. But I've just been playing Ace Attorney again because I picked it back up because we never played Mario Kart. So now I'm just like trying to finish this case. They're super fun. I really do love the game. I quote it a lot. Like, me and my friend like to say, almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas, like all the time. And objection. Also, like, we're Better Call Saul fans, and there's a video that went viral where somebody edited one of the really tense court scenes to as if you were playing it in Ace Attorney. So it had the music, it had the sound effects. And then I know H Bomber Guy also used it in his plagiarism video. So like I know a lot about Ace Attorney without ever having played it. So it's nice to actually finally get to like play it and get it. And I'm having so much fun. I love feeling smart. I love when like I'll notice something, but they don't let me do anything with it, and then it comes back later, and I'm like, "See, I'm smart." And then my friends just saying they're not saying anything, so I got one of those, and I was like, "Everyone be impressed with how smart I am because I figured that out without needing to be told." But yeah, I love this game. It's really fun. Hopefully, I can prove prove Lana Sky's innocence because I know it was Gant. I know it was you, Gant. Yeah, I'll finish that probably when we're done. I do love the game and I love the characters. I think it's super fun. I even got my friend the prosecutor badge when I was at KupoCon because someone was selling them. And I got her a keychain with Miles Edgeworth that says unnecessary feelings because that seems like something she would say. And I know she loves Miles Edgeworth. So I knew that about her without ever having played the game. So that's how much it's been around me, but I've never played it. But yeah, if you haven't played Ace Attorney, play Ace Attorney. You'll feel really smart because it's games. But also, I could never play this game as a kid. Are you joking? I would never have figured out half that stuff as a child. Like, that's crazy. They had kids LARPing prosecutors and defense attorneys. How is this? Why am I investigating a murder? I'm literally a defense attorney. But yeah, it's been fun. But that's basically all I've been up to. I've just been working all the time.
Working all the time and yet going to
Well, we're
Madison
9
Square
days straight to
Garden
go do
and-
that.
Yeah.
It's super fun.
And playing Ace Attorney. I have not had the
Yeah,
privilege.
I finished
but
my Castlevania rewatch, but that's not important because I already watched it. Oh, not worth noting. But yeah,
Excellent. Happy to hear. Sophie, tell us what I've been up to.
What have I been up to? Bits and pieces. There's been a lot of con prep. In the last couple of weeks. I managed to go and see the Stranger Things first Shadow live stage show the other weekend, which if you find yourself in London and you want to know what to do with an evening or an afternoon, if it's a Saturday or a Thursday afternoon, go and see it. It's genuinely one of the most impressive pieces of theatre I've ever seen. And if you're a fan of Stranger Things, the show, it's done very well. Yeah, so that was a big thing to go and see. I have been continuing to get my butt kicked in Lies of P.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've recently gotten into playing Souls-likes, and
It's a tough one.
I have been humbled many times, many times. Yeah, but I'm really enjoying it though. It's interesting, like because I have played a couple of other Souls-likes. Like I've played been playing Code Vein, and it's amazing how different the experience is between those two games. Lies of P is one that it definitely feels very, very challenging, but the challenge still feels fair, if that makes sense. Whereas what I've been finding with Code Vein is that things feel very inconsistent in terms of the combat and so on. So yeah, Lies of P has been a good time. That, and I've been playing Octopath Traveler as well for the first time.
Which one?
First one?
First one. I've never played a
Marvellous.
single Octopath game, so I'm playing the first one. So yeah, I've now managed to. How many people have I got on my team? I've gotten to the point where I've had to swap someone out and bench someone so that I can pick the next person into my team. So I'm making some progress with
get
initial
lost,
characters.
loser.
Yeah. And do you know what was great?
Get
I'd literally only
lost.
I'd literally only picked that character up and gotten them into the team and gone through like their first chapter, and then I get to the next place. I'm like, okay, bye.
Be
See you
gone.
later.
Off you go. I want the
I
guy
have
with the big
new
sword,
fave
please.
now.
Yeah, I want the guy with the big sword. He seems cool. Yeah, I'm loving it so far. The music is absolutely wonderful, and I'm really digging the way that the turn-based system works as well. Like,
Even the most recent Octopath, you've still got the core of that experience. So all three of the main Octopath games, if you like the combat of this first one, you'll be great with the other two as well.
yeah, it's like the use of like the boost points and then being able to sort of figuring out their vulnerabilities and that kind of thing and being able to break them, and then getting additional you get additional sort of either like experience points or whatever for being able to get through the fight without taking any damage, or for breaking enemies and that kind of thing. So I think a lot of people sometimes that aren't fans of turn-based feel like turn-based can be a bit slow and a bit boring, but it's still incredibly rewarding and does require a lot of strategic thinking in the moment as well. And the fact that you can start the game and just pick who you start with, the replayability of it is going to be immense. Like, I would be interested to see what it would be like to go through and start with a different character.
Oh, if you had a different starting character, yeah.
Because I imagine you'd end up taking a different path through the world as well
Yes, you would.
to get to the different places.
You have a different start location for each, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's me.
Are you playing it on Switch part or
No, I'm playing it on Steam.
on PC?
Because it's one of the things that my potato laptop can run decently.
Can handle. Yeah.
Sweet little
Yeah.
potato.
My little potato.
Little potato.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Potato, potato.
Excellent. Cool. Right on. Jazzy,
Hello.
what have you been doing, buddy?
What have I
You
been
have some
do-
things for me.
I do, yes.
Do you want me to show the things?
You show those things. So last week I went on a little adventure up north. Lots of planets have a north, including this one, and went to Yorkshire. Mighty lovely Yorkshire, God's own county, as they say. Went to a place called Whitby, famous for Dracula.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when
Yeah.
I watch Castlevania and they do actually
Yeah.
bring it up at the end. Like I hear Whitby's great, the sun never comes out. And my friend who I watch it with is British, and he was just like, there are better places to go than Whitby. Have you heard of Scotland? So
Did you find the sign
there
that
we go.
says Dracula isn't buried here? Please stop asking.
No, that's
There
oh
is.
no.
Next time.
There is. I'm pretty sure. I mean, there used to be one at least in Whitby. It was like Dracula isn't buried here. Please stop asking.
please don't come here and ask me this. I'm so
So
tired.
is this a good one, Jazzy, or is the other one? Is this one?
So
Ooh,
this
that
one,
one's pretty, though.
so this is
That's so
the
pretty.
interior. Yeah. So this the ruins of the abbey. So Henry VIII did his thing. Like you like to do, and do a bit of demolition work on the roof, and then over time, because it's right at the top. So Whitby, you've got like a river that goes out to sea, and it's kind of almost like a little valley. And on one side, really high up, is this abbey, was ruined abbey. There's actually a church near to it as well, which is still fully like working and everything. Got a funky little graveyard. But this is just this big, massive ruin. It's huge. It's also incredibly exposed, and so although it's lovely blue sky, goodness me, it's windy.
Oh, I
It-
can imagine.
And you're high up. You've got just a bit. It just felt like any minute you'd be blown off into the sea almost. You have
Similar
to
to
go
being
up.
on top of Glastonbury Tor. Like Glastonbury Tor's like that with the bell tower on top of Glastonbury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very exposed.
It's
like that.
completely exposed, yeah, and just a wind tunnel.
And the thing about Whitby as well, to get up there, you have to go up 199 steps. Which I didn't do it all in one go, but with a little rest 2/3 the way up, I then did it. Took some photos as well.
I thought
Well,
maybe
this-
you were running up the stairs, Jesse, doing your.
He was
Wow.
running up that
doing your-
hill, perhaps.
Doing
Well,
the-
I was running up that hill on the winding, windy moor. Yeah, it was great. It was weird though because it is where it is. The weather changed every 10 minutes. It's a perfect
believe it.
example to anyone who doesn't understand why we obsess about the weather here. So, what you're seeing now,
Well,
this is an interior
This is what happens
shot.
when you have the weather change, right, Jesse?
Yeah, this is so right at the sea. So there's a pier that goes quite far. There's actually two piers, but that kind of pincer out almost. So you go right to the end, and you can just see the sea being very dramatic. What's surprising is how loud it is. You can hear the roar of the sea. It's just so dramatic. It's not quite deafening, but it is a dominant noise. You could just imagine why it's such a this whole area of Yorkshire was popular for like smugglers, because it's very you sneak like illicit goods through on like little boats, and all the big boats and all the customs and like the navy, they can't touch you because it's just too choppy. I don't live anywhere near the sea, so to actually be up close to it and enjoy the drama of the sea, it was just great. And the food was lovely as well. I ate half an ocean while I was there. Fish and chips, Dover sole, wasn't super expensive either. It was just great. It was just it was what I needed, because particularly, in the winter months, it's quite easy to get a bit of cabin fever. You go to, you work from home, you go to the office. Yes, you can watch stuff and play stuff, but there's something very cleansing about the outdoors, I think. And oh boy, is the outdoors around Whitby cleansing. You've got wild moorland. Unfortunately, I don't have any photos of that because it was just driving through it. But there's something about certain places, whether it's through a sense of drama or calm or both, it's just very healing. So healing that I wish I was there now, rather than back at work. It was just a lovely little adventure up north. Drank far too much tea, as if such a thing was possible.
Not possible. Not possible.
Um, yeah,
Yorkshire tea, I hope.
Yorkshire Gold.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I know. The place we stayed at, we were so pampered. Homemade shortbread.
I love
'Cause
homemade shortbread.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It was a little lemony as well, which was really good.
Ooh.
It turns out lemony shortbread goes really well with prosecco. Who knew? But it's true.
Duly noted.
Citrus. It's the citrus.
It is,
Yeah.
and it was fantastic. It goes really well with Yorkshire tea as well.
Mm.
The prosecco was a gift as well from the host. So a lovely little farmhouse that we stayed at. It was just, oh, it was just lovely. But it did mean I missed the watch party for the last episode.
You're forgiven. Just this
So-
once.
Yeah, just this one. So I missed the one before
Just
as well.
once. Only once.
But I will make the next one. I don't plan on being ill, and I don't plan on being away, sadly.
Good.
So I will be at the next one next week. Yeah. So, and yeah, Whitby's the home of Dracula. The gift shop up by the Abbey was really milking it, though. There was like 3 different covers, different editions of Bram Stoker's Dracula with different covers. Like this one's going to be marketed at the kids, and this one's at the sort of goth kids, and this one's at So yeah,
Did you get all 3?
No, I was tempted. Admittedly. So some of the merch was all right because it's
Yeah.
run by English Heritage, and their gift shops really is a lot better than National Trust, in my experience. But no, that's some good stuff. I didn't buy any. I didn't have a tote bag. I needed to get that tote
You needed
bag.
a
That's
tote
what I
bag.
needed.
You
Yeah.
needed the tote bag, Jazzy.
Jazzy,
I do have a tote bag.
Mm.
Sorry.
I hope you have a tote bag. I hope
I
you have
do.
at least one. It helps with the shopping.
I haven't used yet. Which I haven't needed to order one because I've got bags. I just didn't take
Yeah.
it to Whitby.
I don't need one either, but
No.
have you ever heard of Dracula Daily?
No.
I've
but
had special occasion to talk about this recently, so now I'm going to market it to you guys. I signed up for it a few years ago, and it's my favorite time of year. So there is somebody who for years has been running this program called Dracula Daily, and you sign up for the emails, and it basically on every day that is marked in the Dracula book, 'cause it's a diary, you get that diary entry emailed to you. And so you get to read the story as it happens through the year. So it's like May to November. And I'll always forget it's going to happen. And then I'll get the first email. And they always have like silly little titles. Like Jonathan Harker has a dream or like something silly to that nature. And it's literally it's just the diary entry. So you could read it day by day. So like May 19th. Jonathan Harker's journal, kept in shorthand. 19 May, I am surely in the toils. And so you get to read like these chapters of Dracula on the day that they happen. I forget what day it starts, but I always get one on my birthday because it's like November 10th is in the journal. But it makes me laugh every time. Oh, I actually got an email in April saying it was coming up, which I don't think I've ever gotten before. I usually just get ready. But like May 3rd, Jonathan Harker's journal. It's like the first day every year. Meet Jonathan Harker on a fun road trip for work as he collects some new recipes. It's just like, it's very fun. It's one of my favorite things to do. So like, if you actually do like Dracula, highly recommend signing up for Dracula Daily because then you get these emails whenever there's a diary entry. I've read Dracula years ago. But it's always nice to like get the emails because it's just such a silly little concept, and I love that they just do it every year. If you sign up, you're signed up as long as you want to be, and so every year you could read Dracula if you wanted, but by the
Again,
day
yeah.
instead of like all
May
at once.
3rd, May 3rd to November 7th.
Yes.
Marvelous.
It's
Sign
so
up
much
now.
fun.
I've made a note actually. I'm going to
Yeah.
check that out.
It's
I
so
feel
much fun. I love it. It's so silly. I just love the
So-
bylines.
Check out Dracula Daily.
Check out Dracula Daily if you actually like Dracula. Dracula non-fans, walk away.
I will say the
Or
ruins
stick around and learn something new.
Support your
Ooh.
Irish writers. Bram
Yeah.
Stoker.
I need to reread Dracula again, actually. I've been a little bit distracted with the Mistborn trilogy.
Fair.
lately.
That's fair though.
I've almost finished. I'm about halfway through the final book of the trilogy. But yeah. Anyway, sorry, Jazzy. Dracula.
Jazzy.
Keep
moving
talking.
on.
Although, funnily enough, I've got the Mistborn trilogy. I haven't started it yet because I never have time to read.
Recommend.
But
Recommend.
I'm excited to. Yeah. So I was up there. The Abbey ruins, like we showed before, they got me thinking. Imagine a live D&D show performed within those ruins. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool.
It would
That
be
would be so cool. I think
atmospheric.
That's what you want.
that's it. That's the shot. Yeah. So just imagine that.
Yeah.
Just imagine Ben being Ben and
I've
Kelvis
only
being
been
I kind of want
Kelvis.
someone to take that photo and then superimpose some of the character artwork just in there
Yes.
somewhere, so that you can see like I hiding behind one of the pillars or something.
Oh gosh, yeah,
Yes.
that would be perfect.
That'd be so
But we
good.
wouldn't spot him because of his stealth.
It'd be
Because
like
of
So he
his-
when,
might actually be there. He might
or
actually
Waldo.
be there now, right now.
Because of
See,
his such
He
high
could be.
stealth.
He could. Yeah.
Yep.
I've only ever been to one Abbey ruins because, like, obviously I don't live in a place that has many Abbey ruins. But it was one in Ireland. I'm gonna look up the name of it. I don't remember the town, but I remember it because it's the same village where they filmed The Quiet Man, which my dad was obsessed with, and we have a picture of us in front of the Quiet Man house. John Wayne, The Quiet Man. It's one of his favorite movies. It's ridiculous how he made us go there for vacations because love John Wayne. But like I find like Abbey ruins absolutely fascinating and beautiful. I mean, Hosier filmed a music video in one, and I think that's just the coolest place to do like anything. Like anything should be done in Abbey ruins because it just makes everything 50 times cooler.
There you go. And
I remember
there you go.
the first live gig I ever went to was Glastonbury Extravaganza, and that was held in the ruins of Glastonbury Abbey. So they set up a soundstage and everything in the ruins to have a gig. Like magical, absolutely magical.
Kong Abbey, that's what it was.
I feel like this is one of these like Deborah Ann Wall venues.
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to drop this in the chat. I pulled up the wiki page for the Abbey ruins in Kong, Ireland. Because that's where we went.
What's the duration? Let's have a quick look, Shan. 13th century, so yeah.
It's very
Similar
pretty.
to when flashbang. Is that another victim of Henry or Civil War?
Probably not.
Usually it's Henry VIII or Civil War usually.
Well, I suppose if it's
Sometime
in
after
County Mayo.
1542.
Oh, that's quite Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't like those abbeys. He liked their loot.
Well, they were kind of in the way of him creating his own thing.
Very good.
But yeah.
Jazzy, would you like me to show the final photo?
Yes, please.
There we go.
So yeah, the following day, after being at the Abbey, went to the National Railway Museum in York, which we've been to before. They do a lovely afternoon tea, which is the main. But the actual museum itself is amazing. Rather than show you photos of these massive, iconic steam locomotives, which are absolutely massive and gorgeous and beautiful, like the Mallard, which is famous for breaking the speed record in 1938. well, 1934. Anyway, 1930s. I thought I'd show this because at the back of the museum's a model railway. Made me think of Mark um, for many reasons. Crafted Campaigns Mark. So there's a little photo there. That little miniature locomotive is actually moving when I took the photo, and it made me want a model railway. So bad, but I don't have the space nor the money for something like that. But it was just cool. Made me think of the minis in Natural Six. And just think you could have like little like Natural Six minis. You can imagine sort of you could imagine Morgan trying to climb that tree and failing at the front. And
With those big shoulder spikes
yeah, see,
on his armour.
yeah. So yeah, so we went there. That was absolutely lovely. And then came back home, missing the north. Played quite a lot of Dragon Quest VII, reimagined, which was really good. It's really quite visually gorgeous as well. I think it had quite mixed reviews because I think the original game had mixed reviews, but
it was buggy, wasn't it?
not
Was
for
Dragon
it
Quest
hasn't been for
Seven?
me. It's been
Or
played
the original I'm talking about.
The original was PS1. I never played the original. I've played a lot of the DS versions. Then I played the recent remakes of 1 to 3, which were kind of done visually in the Octopath style. But this was done in a much
It looks
more.
beautiful, yeah.
They call it the diorama style, where it's kind of like much more. They've kind of combined a sort of diorama style with how they did Dragon Quest XI. It's actually, I'd say the character models are actually slightly better than Dragon Quest XI. Apparently they're going to announce Dragon Quest 12 very soon because Dragon Quest is also 40 years old, I believe, this year. Because it was 1986, whereas Final Fantasy was 1987.
It's a year older than Final Fantasy. Yeah.
So there's rumours that they're going to do a remake of 4, 5, and 6, similar to how they've done 1 to 3,
This is an Ethian trilogy.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Very excited for that.
I'm excited about that.
And then there's big rumours of them doing a reveal for 12, which is kind of there's been nothing said about it for ages. So I've been playing a lot of that, and to add to my gaming backlog, I bought Mixtape, which is, from what I understand, is a walking sim with an excellent soundtrack. Yes, please, thank you very much. But I haven't started it yet. It's on the Switch. It was quite cheap. It was like £15. Right. I've seen some reviews say it'll be at the Game Awards. It's that amazing. I've heard say it's not really a game. You're just walking around doing stuff. I'm like, yeah, well, it's loads of games like that, and they're really good. So
currently $14.40 on Steam if you are interested. Mixtape.
Similar to what I paid for the Switch version. So it seems to be. But I've noticed recently, because I was looking at there's been quite a few game reviews out recently. I've noticed all sorts of inconsistency with reviews. So like some places will give games like 8, 9 out of 10 or whatever, and then other places will really just not be interested. I saw it with Saros actually. There was quite a few mixed reviews for that. Some saying it's amazing, some saying it's not good at all. Reviews, in fact, today, this is quite a controversial release, is the new game by the makers of Disco Elysium. But obviously it's not. It's a completely new bunch of people. But the company, ZAUM, have released a new game called Zero Parades. Eurogamer have given it 5 stars. PC Gamer have given it just 66 out of 100. It's like, so it's like
game reviews are weird, though, aren't they? Like,
game
reviews are weird.
It feels almost like at the minute game reviews they've decided on a score and then they're going to try and make words to justify the score. Rather than the other way around, which is why sometimes reviews that don't give a score, like forget who it is now, but they don't do a score. Who is it? But yeah,
I think I'd prefer that. I think I'd prefer that from reviews. I mean, I don't tend to read a lot of reviews, but I feel like with anything, I'd prefer not to have a scoring system and just say your piece on it, you know?
Yeah, it's just because I was reading quite a lot of game reviews because we Summer Gamers Fest around the corner. It's kind of weird how every game release now doesn't feel like there's no real fanfare or event. Like Saros came out, PlayStation Access did a stream on it, and then nothing. No one talks about it now. Even though it seems pretty cool. It seems like Returnal but better, and I liked Returnal. I haven't
Feels very
bought that.
much like it's a platform thing because, like, I when it's a single platform, like
Yeah,
you have to have people who play. Like 16, kind of when it launched, like yeah, it had a big promotion, but it felt smaller than a lot of other games simply by the fact that it was launching on one platform. So that could be part of it.
yeah.
But you're right, it did kind of come out with a bit of a whimper, not a bang.
I know there's been a
Yeah.
bit of a build-up with 007 First Light, but even then I've seen previews that say, "Don't get your hopes up." But I'm like, I bet you there are people who think, "Oh, it's Bond Hitman." Well,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, from what I
not
saw, a lot
really.
of
Yeah,
people
what's
really
wrong with
enjoyed
that?
the demo. Yeah, a lot of people really enjoyed the demo. So I don't. I mean, I guess we'll see.
It looks
But
great to me still.
yeah, it
The
As
other
looks
thing
all
is
fun.
just it's the expectation from people. Think, oh, it's going to be Hitman with Hitman, but James Bond. A bit like how people thought Cyberpunk would be Witcher, but
Yeah.
with
Witcher in
neon.
space.
Witcher, but neon. But of course it
Yeah.
wasn't. And of course, in the end, it eventually became a very good game in its own right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels weird at the minute because I'm quite a keen video gamer, and it just feels like there's just a bit of "Ugh, really. There just seems to be a malaise. I don't know if it's because of the pricing issue with hardware. If it just feels like the industry's kind of in a bit of a. I don't know if this is what it was like 45 years ago when just before ET came out and killed gaming for 3 years, but it just feels a bit like there's no E3. I know we've got Summer Games Fest, but I miss E3. Proper. You know,
Most people do, except for the man who killed it,
Jeff
Jeff Keighley's E3 Summer Games Fest.
T3.
G3. Summer
T3.
Games Fest, Gamescom, and Game Awards.
Yeah,
That's your
I mean,
G3.
without going on a rant, Jazzy, I think the reality right now is that with people's attention spans being what they are, and people's and sort of media's desire for attention and clicks, if it's just a good game and doesn't do anything controversial, it isn't in the news, right? Kind of in a
Yeah.
disappointing way, right? Like everybody's spent the last, week and a half talking about mixtape, right? And not assessing the game necessarily, just talking about everything that the game does or doesn't do, or how it's the best game ever, or how it's the worst game ever.
I will
or
say
isn't
that
a
bit
game.
with the tape made me crazy as someone who used to rewind tapes. I know that's not how that works. You can't fool me. But yeah, that's
just
a
like,
nitpick from having lived
what?
then.
It's just like, why? But that just seems to be our discourse at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it feels like there's quite a lot of talking about what people are talking about in respect of the game
100%
rather than
Barb.
actually talking about the thing itself.
100%. There's
It must be so difficult for indie games to continue to try to make any kind of
to
a
get
breakthrough
noticed,
as a
right?
result.
Without having to blow up and become some viral thing, right?
Yeah, because that's all people really want, it seems. At least on social media, like
Yeah.
people gravitate to the thing that's going viral.
100%. 100%.
I don't know, just give me something that's made with love that I can afford.
Plenty of that. Plenty of that.
That's the
Well,
other
yeah,
thing too,
exactly.
with the way like money is and things are going right now. People might be a little more choosy about their games, so buying a game from like a developer they trust or an IP they like will be a priority over like a new thing or like something
Yeah.
that they don't necessarily know or understand yet. Like it's the nature of like economies, like it
Yeah.
affects what you end up spending your money on. Like, God only knows what the Switch market's going to be like when the price goes up at the end of the year. Less people are probably going to buy a Switch, or they're all going to buy them now before the price goes up another $50.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
So-
But-
you see the same thing in theatre as well. Like I see it a lot in London at the moment is that pretty much everything is either stuff that's being transferred over from Broadway to the West End for the first time, or it's stuff that they're reviving for the 1100th time, and it always comes with an A-lister celebrity casting tag on it.
to get
because
attention, right?
Because that's safe. Like people go, I want to see insert celebrity here in decades old musical.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to London, that's what I want to spend my money on. They won't spend money on going to see something smaller at one of the sort of
Riskier.
other
right?
Yeah.
other theatres. And you do take a gamble on that. Like, you know, I've done that myself, and I've been to see shows at, like, say, Charing Cross Theatre. Some were absolutely fantastic and well worth the 30 quid. Others,
You wanted to walk out halfway through.
I did, but unfortunately the friend I was with was really enjoying it. She didn't seem to realise how terrible the writing was. You know, and that, you know, it's a gamble, but
It's definitely the risk you run.
yeah.
Anything else,
Yeah,
Jess?
it must just be really difficult.
I used up my last shower steamer from the merch.
Oh,
So it's end of an era, but it was great, and the bath bombs were great, and I'll probably roll the bath bomb dice later, or dice.
Dice.
Well, dice, because
Dice.
it's several.
Oh,
Yeah,
several.
thank
So
you.
they, you know, it's not like with me where it's like I'm
It's-
specifically talking about one, but I keep calling
the
it
question
multiple.
is, Geeky Clean.
I was going to
Can
say,
you s-
aren't the
Can you still
steamers?
buy?
Yeah,
I believe
I
Everything
think they
but
said they
yeah.
would be
dice bomb.
continuing except for the dice. Yeah,
Yeah,
how
because
they only
obviously-
made like a certain amount.
Of dice to go in it.
Let's have a look, shall we?
I think aren't some of them made to order, so they can just keep them listed, because the ones without the dice are made to order.
Apparently,
which
you can still buy them all. Shower steamers are sold out.
Oh.
Oh,
I suppose because they're
I think,
because they're,
or they Geeky. I think Geeky Clean might be at MCM this year, so
Oh, there's an option, yeah. So the dice
they may,
bomb is
yeah, they
still
may be
there as an
marking
option.
some stuff as sold out. Yeah, they may be marking some stuff as
Make
maybe
your
sold out because
voice
they're not going to.
heard.
Yep. I didn't see whether Geeky Clean was going to be at MCM, but
I feel like maybe they are.
maybe they will be.
I may have misread a.
That is a shame, Jazzy, that you have come to the end.
but it was great. I never even heard of a shower steamer before. What a great concept! And the bath bombs.
Great, aren't they?
The bath bomb. I still can't get over my own shock, and I did post a video of it in the Discord of the white dice bomb. The the white orb, the white. Yeah, I didn't use Mage Hand for that one. But you put it in, and suddenly, spoilers for bath bomb, load of purple comes out. It's like, what? I thought it was going to be a milky white thing, like bath.
Magic.
No, it was. I felt like
Nope.
I felt like a child on Christmas Eve. It was great, and they smelt great too. Actually, I think the red one was my favourite smell. The
Excuse me.
vile one wasn't vile at all. It was
Mm.
lovely.
Was that was kind of like cinnamony and
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
I like a good spicy bath.
yeah,
Yeah.
spicy.
I'm sure you do like a spicy bath, Jazzy.
No comment.
That's
Right.
me done.
We'll end on the spicy bath. Speaking of controversial games, I have been playing Saros. I'm on boss number 5 of 8, I think. Enjoying it so far. It's very bullet hell. But the mechanics are good, and kind of 20 hours in, and you're still with new mechanics and learning new stuff, and the gameplay is evolving, which is nice. And yeah, it's new IP with good acting and good mocap, and things feel tight.
Does each run feel rewarding?
Yes, it does. And it also, I would say, probably having done, I don't know, maybe 50, 60 runs at this point, it really encourages you to push yourself to make it deliberately difficult, because there are so many advantages for making it difficult. Like, there's a few mechanics in the game to make it more difficult, or to have certain things be more difficult, to kind of push your kind of limit and make it more crazy. And each of those, then it's kind of counterintuitive, then makes certain things much easier because you've pushed through the difficult thing, right? So yeah, I would say so. There's nothing, the sort of roguelite element of upgrading yourself so that later runs are easier or are easier to start or whatever is nicely done and nicely integrated. I think if I only had one criticism of it, is that the story could be deeper and grab you. Like, you kind of have to fall in love with the combat system in order to probably enjoy the game. So there might be a little bit of that to it, but loving it so far. Having a good time. And I watched a couple interviews with Rahul, who is the main character.
Love him.
And yeah, he's just a genuinely nice, cool guy. So
He's very funny as well. Like, I used to watch a lot of his TikToks. He's a goofy dude. Love him. He's very silly.
Definitely has the dry British humor. That is for sure. So yeah, playing that, doing a lot of swimming coaching. In fact, I will do so at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Nice.
So other than that, yeah, made it through nationals, or not nationals, but national qualifiers. We have three swimmers from the club who met national qualifying times, which means they will go to nationals, which is cool. Fun times. Rewarding for the club and for them, which is great. And I think that's it. Not too much con prep for me. Just
So
travel
no
prep.
cosplays, Doc.
No cosplays.
No.
Could wear the hat.
Yeah.
I could. You're right.
That could count.
You're right. I'll take that under advisement.
Mm-hmm. As you should.
So yes, no cosplays. I think that's it. Anything else before we move it on to what we're mainly here to talk about? Episode 54.
Dracula.
Dracula. Yeah. No.
More Dracula.
More Dracula.
This podcast needs more Dracula.
More Dracula.
And Alucard, obviously.
Yes. Which, I mean, speaking of, I could very quickly show what I got in the mail last week, which was
Yeah.
the complete Castlevania series box set, which has my all three of my parents on the front.
Oh,
Trevor,
wow.
Alucard, and
Trevor.
Sypha,
So,
and unnamed baby. Yeah,
Baby
this is
Belmont.
fun. I waited for it to go on sale. It finally dropped below $100, so I went for it.
Gotta
It's well
snuff
worth
that up.
it. But I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with the box art. I remember when this hit the internet. It was because I remember like how many people I like were just talking about like, oh my god, did they really put all three of them in the family portrait?
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't they? Why wouldn't
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. That's the ship. I mean, Samuel
Look,
Dietz was
we don't
retweeting
make-
people talking about like how, you know, a spoiler, but like Trevor was thinking of both of them in a high tense moment, and Samuel was retweeting people talking about that, and I was like, oh, so he's cool. Got it.
Definitely.
Samuel
cool.
Dietz is cool. Got it.
Yeah.
He's one of like I think he's the head. He was the head of art design for the Castlevania series, both of them.
Pass.
I mean, he draws them all the time, and it looks just like how they look in the show. So I'm assuming, I know that's like one of his jobs was like something to do with the
Yeah.
art, not the writing. But like if he's out here telling us that we should be talking about all three of them as if they're in a relationship, I'm sorry, Dad has spoken. Like I don't know what
We
else
don't
to
make
say.
the rules. We don't make the rules here.
Samuel Dietz does, who also
Clearly.
like apparently was drawing Final Fantasy 14 characters in his style too, which I think is very cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, he seems like a cool dude. But I followed him recently because I realized he draws other people's characters in the Castlevania style too, and that's very, very cool. I mean, I love Castlevania's art style, so.
Yeah.
Belmont's Curse. When will I get a release date? I need to know when I need to like play the other games, which I know are going to destroy me, so that I can at least be mentally prepared for Belmont's Curse, which probably won't even be nearly as hard.
Yeah. I have never played a Castlevania game.
Neither have I, so
No.
it'll be a first.
I'm not very good at Metroidvania.
I don't think I will be either. To be real,
Like Hollow Knight, I got to the first boss.
I'm not good at Hollow Knight.
And I still haven't gotten any
Past
further
the
than
first boss.
Yeah.
the first boss.
Did
I'm
you-
still at the Forgotten Crossroads. I don't think I'm ever getting out alive.
Did you ever finish the second game, Jazzy?
I got to Act 3, and I consider that a victory in itself.
I think that is definitely a
That's
victory
good.
from what I've heard.
Because, yeah, that was really difficult to do. But actually, in Act 3, I just kind of hit a few roadblocks, and then other games in the backlog kind of took over. There is apparently going to be more free content at some point, and I might, I'll go back to it then.
Might
probably,
drop back in.
and see if I can access it, if I can be good enough to access it.
More free content from like Team Cherry are cooking, man. Like they're
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
they shadow dropped it after years of constant delay, and then they made the final
Yeah.
6 at the Game Awards. It is great. It's a little bit malicious. I think almost like the difficulty is almost a bit
Sadistic.
yeah, but unpleasantly so. But
Yeah.
it's just a bit too
On the nose. Yeah.
a bit there. They've made it a bit too.
They troll a little bit too much.
Yeah, they took it a bit too far. But
I
when
have
you do
seen
get
clips
past
about like
those
the
things,
save benches with like the trapped save benches and that kind of thing.
yeah, I mean, actually, I somehow avoided that issue, that one. Which there's one which got me, but I've recovered. But it was alright. It is quite satisfying. The soundtrack as well was fantastic.
I mean, yeah.
That's what
like,
my,
I mean,
my friend argued. It's
Christopher
better
Larkin,
than Claire Obscure, and obviously I'm not going to argue. I don't know, but
They're fairly different, I would say.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is very different. Like Christopher Larkin has a completely different style, but
Mm.
it's still stunning music. I mean, again, it's the kind of music where you open it up and you sit on the title screen. I mean, I'm only really talking about Hollow Knight because I don't know Silk Song as well, but you could sit on the title screen and just sit and listen to
And
the
just
music because
listen to the music.
it's
Yeah, it's
just
really good.
beautiful.
There are
Just
certain
lovely, soft piano.
there are certain
It's
parts
really
of
lovely.
Silk Song where you're just playing and then like the music comes in, you're just like, oh wow, you more actively notice that bit of soundtrack coming in. I'm like, oh yeah, this is so cool. To be fair though, you have moments like that with Clear Obscure. So
Yeah.
Everyone's been gotten by that boss in Act 2 because of that song and not realizing, or just being so into the music that
It's
they
one
get
of my favorite
wrecked.
TikTok contents was
Like just
people
watching
like,
people like,
and
oh
then
my god,
realizing
this
it's their
song, and they're like,
turn.
oh no, wait, I need to fight.
Yeah. So lucky I didn't have a high enough speed to garner the first turn when it was me. But like, yeah, you feel for those people who realized
Yeah.
they actually had to do combat or parry or whatever.
Yeah, they had to actually pay attention.
Yeah.
the power of music. Eh? I mean, like when Natural
Yeah.
Six's album, when those tracks cut in at various
Yeah.
points, it just changes almost how you feel about the moment.
Yeah. I feel like they really used the music well in this episode as well. There you go, there's your segue. There we go.
Excellent.
With
Music's
the
very
different things
important
that were
on this
happening.
episode of Natural
It's
Six.
incredibly important. Yes.
Episode 54. Spoilers are up. Nils Lofgren is 74.
Yeah, and you like me and Nia were so upset we didn't get video of it. I'll see if I can find some, but it was crazy what that man was doing on his guitar. Crazy.
Predictions. Bart, you were correct.
Yeah, let me get in there and start highlighting.
Oh yeah, I said four words, didn't I?
You said 4 words. You also said deep Kel lore, and boy was there deep Kel lore.
I wasn't crying, you were crying. Shush.
And more info about his birth parents, also correct. I think this is the most correct is that you could possibly be.
Greener
I mean,
than
I
a
feel
bath
like
bomb.
I feel
Yes.
you did let me go first though with predictions, so I feel like I was able to just grab some of that low hanging fruit.
Excellent.
So
We are red. At least for the numbers. Andy Elwyn might have been. Nope. Nothing related to Elwyn was really broached at all in this episode.
no, she did get the sending stone out though, didn't she? Like, I mean, nothing happened with it, but she
Nothing
did
happened
sort of
with it.
get it out and was just sort of holding it.
She had a very nice moment.
Oh, her vision
Her vision,
as
very
well. Yeah.
serene.
Much deserved after everything.
Much needed.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Silly boorish rebuke. There was no rebuke, and it was not silly. And it remains to be seen how correct or not correct your prediction is, Shan.
Yeah, because Ben didn't even know. Ben didn't even have a clear idea of what he thought he saw.
Nope.
He thought it was a. I have my own theory, not to snuff. Obviously, I do think I have the correct read of it. Ben thinks it's a future vision, and I don't know. I don't
to
know.
me, it felt
very Feywildy vibe.
I guess
Feywild
which
at
are
the
we
height
talking
of the
about?
war.
Oh yeah, he had two.
Well, 3, right?
3, yeah.
Yeah.
He had too many, and he's very annoying about it.
Yes. I guess we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna leave it though, because we don't really know.
yeah, we'll
We
definitely
don't
get to
know.
that. So we're set. We'll leave Shan with her greasy orange probably for
I
hers.
don't know. I'm gonna put like, what do we think a good color for I don't know is?
Yellow.
Remains to be seen, kind of.
Yellow works.
Yeah,
I was thinking maybe blue because you were talking about the Feywild. And that
that's
one.
true. Yeah,
Yes.
maybe like.
Yeah. A blue highlight doesn't work great, but
No,
oh,
I was
that's
trying to
that's
pick
not a
one
bad
that was.
color.
It's
Okay,
not, it's
I was
not too
trying to
bad.
pick one that's easy on the eyes. What about that one? It's
That's
a
not
little
bad.
lighter.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Because yellow is not easy on the eyes.
Mm-mm.
No.
We already foreshadowed what happened at the beginning of the episode, which was rather unhinged, related to a comment about fancy dress, which means a very different
Commenter.
thing. Which means a very different thing in North America versus the United Kingdom. But yes, the commenter on the dress. I liked Alex's tuxedo.
That's nice.
I hope he will have it on at MCM. That would make my day.
Well,
But-
Double O Jordan, as
Double O
the
Jordan.
episode
Yeah.
comments described him as, which I was like,
Double
oh, I
O
like
Jordan.
That.
I
Love
was
that.
saying we should call him Double O Jordan, actually, Jazzy. That was because it was me. I told them
Yeah,
to do
that
it.
did. Yeah, that was something that
So?
arose in
Yeah.
the watch party.
It came to
Alishan.
me as if in a dream to call him Double O Jordan. Like
you look
shortly
into-
before the episode, and I was like, that's what I'm going to call him.
Did you look into the water and the water showed you a vision of you? calling him
Technically,
Double
I
O
think I
Jordan?
did come to it while I was getting ready to take a shower. Now that I think about it.
So, do you think it was the waters of Noid Kelfa?
What the Water Gave Me by Florence and the Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great song, by the way.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So we had Tuxedo Watch.
Yeah, essentially, for those of you who didn't watch it, which crazy if you didn't, as Alex
Why
explained.
are you watching this if you didn't watch
Yeah,
it?
why are you watching? Like I'm saying,
back
Alex,
and watch the episode, you
a
fools.
commenter said that the men weren't dressing as nice as the women. So Alex took that personally and wore like a nice shirt, like a bow tie and a tuxedo jacket, but still wore sweatpants under the table. So like
Yep.
it wasn't a full tuxedo, but you would think it was, and that's what counts.
Until he got up and was like, "Have a look. This
Yeah,
is for
check
what
you."
was on
Yeah.
camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
Poor
true.
Doug catching strays. That was a nice shirt that Doug.
Doug
it-
always has a
like-
nice shirt.
It was a
on.
I
nice shirt.
know.
It was an
And
exceptional.
Ben's shirts aren't anything to half the time he's wearing a nicer shirt. Like it's
I
not
really like the
I-
Bloodborne. Like, is it the Bloodborne?
Yeah, the
sweater
You
that he
Died.
has?
The You
yeah,
Died sweater.
I love that. I love that sweater so much.
It's like nobody's dressed like trash on camera. First of all, who would do that? But like, it's not like everybody's showing up in like schlubby t-shirts or whatever all the time. Like, let's relax now. Let's relax.
yeah.
The women choose to dress like how they dress because
Like,
that's how they
they-
want to
they
dress.
choose to elevate
the
it,
men
yeah.
choose to wear what they're comfortable in too, and I think that's like fair. I don't think we need to ask somebody to dress nicer because somebody else just would like to dress nicer. Also, the way I see it, as somebody who has to wear a uniform essentially at work, I basically wear whatever I feel like wearing when I don't have to be at work. Sometimes I want to look nicer when I do something. Sometimes I just want to be comfortable. Half the time when I do this podcast, I'm in a sweatshirt because it's cold down here. And like, do I want to wear a funny shirt related to what I did? Or do I want to wear something like, do I want to look nice on camera? Sure. But I'm also freezing. So it's like I'm dressing for the space that I'm recording in as much as I'm dressing how I would dress if I didn't have to wear a uniform. I also don't have a ton of nice clothes that I would feel comfortable wearing on a camera anyway, because I don't go to things that allow me to dress nice, and half the time I'm at work. So it's like, I just think it's a weird thing to comment on, and it shows you're paying way too much attention to the women, actually. And I think you need to calm down a little bit. Like, obviously, I love talking about what the women are wearing, but if you're going to use it to start comparing as to who's dressing nicer and who's doing it better, like, it's all about comfort. And that studio was warm. They've talked about it before.
And you could kind of see that poor Alex was kind of struggling towards the end. Like,
That's why he took the jacket off as soon as he
I
could.
know he ended
Yeah,
up like
as soon as he got to
like
action
jacket, and then the bow tie came off. Like,
Yep. I just
it's
think
too hot, like under that
Yeah.
massive sun lamp.
And
thing
also,
that they've got.
by doing that, you're basically saying that you expect the women to come dressed extra nice every single time, and that puts a
Yeah.
strain on them. What if Aoife just wants to wear her wake up slut shirts? Or is that going to
Yeah.
make you mad if
Like,
she shows up
and
in
she
a
has
t-shirt?
some super cute t-shirts. Like, she
Yeah,
has some
it's just
super
a
cute
weird
ones.
thing to like insist. Also, Holly's worn a t-shirt before. Like, why are you choosing to comment now? Everyone has worn a t-shirt at least once. Like, let's
Yeah.
relax. Holly wore that very cool Elowen style shirt.
Yeah.
They've
that the
bought
one that-
shirts
the
for
one
each
that-
other and worn them.
Yeah. That was the one
Weird.
that I think Doug found.
Doug
and,
got her
like,
that
bought
one,
Doug got
yeah.
it, yep.
It's
Ben
so
wore the
perfect for her.
esoteric wizard shirt a couple of times,
Yep.
or at least once,
Yep.
but which is a very funny shirt, and I have quoted it since then because I think it's an incredible line to put on a t-shirt.
I have
Wake up,
no
sluts.
problem.
Always.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, they wear good t-shirts. You Died, Wake Up Sluts, Esoteric Wizard, the cool Night Lady,
Bowling shirts.
Bowling
the
shirts.
bowling shirts.
Many-
Everything has its place.
Many nice bowling shirts.
Mhm.
I do have plans to go to P&Co when I'm in London. We'll see whether I can manage. Yeah, I think we have ourselves commented on the dress of literally everyone in the cast at some point or another. It is fine to comment on things that you like, but it is not fine to compare them. Or just
to
say
throw
that one
accusations.
person-
Same
one
standard.
group of
Throw
people
accusations.
is letting the rest of the group down. That is not okay. But I like the tuxedo.
The tuxedo was fun.
He rocked a tuxedo.
Double O Jordan.
He also rocks a bowling shirt.
He does rock a bowling shirt.
Yeah. I hope someone
doesn't?
told him about Double O Jordan, because I think he should use that. I do think he should use that. I think it's funny.
Alex
I
has
think
been
he should
informed.
take it. Good. He should take it.
I have it on good authority.
Good. I hope he enjoyed it.
Good.
That's my guy.
Um,
Listen, me and Alex, he made fun of me at PAX, but that's my guy. So when he was like teasing me for saying I had a hotel instead of saying I had a hotel room, but that's my guy. Ride or die for Alex.
Excellent. Do you have any comments on the attire of the cast, Jazzy?
No, they look great. Such a bloke answer, isn't it?
Always
Yeah, you look
look
nice.
great.
You look nice. It's fine. No,
Always.
it's just, it's. I mean,
Harry gets to hide whatever he's wearing too, because he's always behind a DM screen. He got
I
off
know.
too easy.
yeah. I mean,
Also, he started off like being Alex, what are you doing? And then jumped straight, like he completely 180'd and went off on one. He's like, no, do you know what? I'm on one now. I'm going for
Mr.
it. Like,
T-shirt behind the DM screen. Of course he got really defensive. I'm kidding. I love Harry too.
Go ahead, Jazzy.
sorry.
I've lost my train of thought now.
What do you think about their outfits, Jazz?
What do I think about their outfits?
Yeah, what are
the
your
thing
thoughts?
is, I often don't, other than wake up, sluts. It's time to shine. Time to sit, and Alex's shirts are great. I think I even looked them up at one point. I was like, oh yeah, they're cool. Well, the lobster one. I really like that one. It's just, I feel like, to me, it's D&D. You don't need a dress code. I know, and I know I watch Oxventure and they cosplay their characters, but I don't know. It's just, it's great, when they wear something iconic, and it's great to comment about it. I suppose there's, because when you comment about somewhat, how a person presents themselves, there's a way of doing there's a way of doing it. There's a way you can do it without belittling someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's it's you don't, obviously I don't know, and from what I could check, because I looked at the comments for episode 45, I believe the original comments must have disappeared. So the person must have been made aware and removed it, or whatever. I don't know whether it was intended to be negative, but of course, if it has the effect of being so, then it still needs to be addressed. I just don't care enough about what they're wearing so much as what they do and say and perform and play. I think it's really cool when they wear iconic stuff. I notice far more what they decorate the table with. I'm always looking to see what Final Fantasy thing.
What
Ben's
crazy
got.
stuff Ben
I
is.
was
How
gonna
is
say,
Ben
when you say they,
encroaching?
do you mean Bay?
I
mean
do
Ben?
mean I do mean Ben,
We're not talking about anyone else.
Bane.
but also
Bay
the
isn't
Bean.
Bane.
but also the safety net for Aoife's dice when they catch
Yeah.
the side of the tray. And,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I find that as interesting as anything. And the studio setup, I'm actually quite curious to see whether they change the seating arrangements for the new studio, whether they intentionally keep it the same. But I don't feel passionate about what the cast wear. I think as long as they're in a studio all day, sometimes multiple days in a row, under lights, camera, whatever else. If they're comfy and happy, fine by me.
Yeah.
Then all good, right?
All good.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
Well said, Jazzy. We had some visions.
Oh God, we did.
We surely
Just
did.
a few. Just a few.
Many.
Shall we discuss these visions?
Yes.
Most of my
I think we
notes are on
shall.
them, so I would say, because I haven't got a
Let's
lot
hope
else.
so. Maybe would you like? Shall we take the comparatively easy ones first?
Or do we want to go in order?
That
like, my
would
notes are
require
in
me to
order.
remember what they were, but I expect you have them written down, Shan, so you can lead us forth.
Yeah, mine are kind of in order.
I think it went Kel,
Kel, Radiant, I, Elo,
Radiant, I, Elo, and then Dolly.
Yeah. Kel rolled a
Can you
one.
tell I listened to it today? Or
Yes.
most of it. I didn't listen to
Yeah.
the final bit because I didn't want to start crying at work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll get to that.
We'll
we
get
will.
to that.
We will. I don't know. I mean, obviously, based on what we now know of the episode and its discussion, Kel's vision was had some foreshadowing, some reflection
Strange
on
magic.
reflection on things past.
It was wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
Yes, but
It
I
seemed to
don't
be
know
like
that there's
a mixture of like past and future,
yes,
didn't it?
Yeah.
but I don't know if there's anything else really to read into it. At least not at this point.
I think it just painted a scene. And rather,
Mhm.
when I re-listened to that bit earlier, and how obviously it ties in with his his relationship, playing the flute,
Mhm.
and then how it then transformed that the grove itself. So the way Harry described like the forest blooming, it just had this image in my head of just everything becoming more vivid, more
Mhm.
voluptuous, just much more just lovely. Actually, I put the word lovely.
Lovely. The
It's just
HDR was
lovely.
definitely on.
The HDR was
Yeah.
on, yes.
Yep. Yeah,
It
I
was
don't know. Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree, Jazzy. I don't know that there's much else to discuss about it though.
Well,
That was it,
not in
really.
terms of the vision itself, but I
Mhm.
think it's really interesting that when you watch Action Surge and Harry reveals that Doug got so incredibly lucky to have rolled the vision he did, because it was a point that they had to go to anyway that was relevant to
Mhm.
the story Harry's trying to tell, and then Doug coincidentally rolled the right number again
Again.
to immediately go to that grove and play his flute there, which was the final piece or whatever to make him like a tree speaker and all that. So like it's just so incredibly wild how Doug got all the right rolls to make all the pieces like fall into place in a clean way as opposed to having to work
Having
their way
to
to the
struggle
physically to
towards
that
it.
grove. Yeah.
100%.
The dice will tell their own story, and it's like in episode 22, which is another incredibly strong Doug episode, but he rolled a nat 20 at the most like perfect
Oh,
point.
with the most phenomenal
He's
time.
so clutch. He's
Yeah.
so clutch.
Like, I love the dichotomy of Doug. Like, I really do. And
The dichotomy of Doug. Oh.
Doug-cotomy.
yes, yes.
Yes.
We need
love
that.
it.
Save
That's
that for Cantrip.
That's
Yeah.
got to go
Yeah,
on a
please
t-shirt.
save
He
that
needs
for
to
Cantrip.
know of it. He needs
Yeah.
to know it.
He
He
needs
needs
to
to
know
know
about
this.
DrKagon. I think like that'll be my second Doug-related inside joke, after the one I can't say on the podcast, but we say it at every Cantrip
Yeah.
because Doug keeps coincidentally bringing up something that allows me to make the joke. He just keeps doing it to himself. I don't know what
Yeah.
to say.
I feel like I've got to write this down because I've got to mention this to Doug when we're at MCM.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so sad I
Yeah.
can't tell it to him myself. Makes me so sad. That would have been so funny to be like, you have to hear what I came up on the podcast recently. You
can
have
get
to.
a credit. You can get a
you
credit.
have to TM this, Doug. You have to TM this.
It has to be Elcop Good approved.
Elcott good approved
Then it's
Doug-cotomy.
Then
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's perfect. Cause if you don't enjoy Doug at his panther, you don't deserve him at his
Deserve him.
flute in the grove.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god.
That's
boy.
Doug-cotomy.
It's so true.
Yeah.
100% Shan. I think it was also quite interesting that Harry chose. I don't know if I would have made this choice as the DM, but he made the choice not to disclose basically any of the mechanics, right?
He might still need them. That might be part of it.
Yeah.
Certainly possible. Certainly possible. But when they were kind of pressing him a little bit, he's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that."
Something for
I've
behind the DM
I've said all I'm
screen.
going to say.
Yeah. Yep.
I've said all I'm going to say.
And at this rate, that behind the DM screen will be like 2028, Jazzy.
You reckon it will be that soon?
So,
He might be planning on using it for his home game. You see.
it's possible.
Yeah,
It's
that's
possible.
true. Because he does
Um,
sort of like either use stuff that he's kind of trialed in his home game
or vice
and
versa.
vice versa.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
But yes, you are absolutely correct, Shan. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really to unpack about Doug's vision or Keldness's vision.
It's all hindsight. It's like at that point that we've got the vision. Great, lovely little
Yep.
scene. Doesn't mean much. It's cute,
Well,
lovely.
what
But
I
then,
do
of
think-
course,
Oh, go ahead.
sorry, but it's just what happens later that's
Mhm.
oh,
It was relevant later.
Yeah,
When they're first sort of talking about the vision, obviously they're talking about the two stones in this clearing and all of these white flowers. Honestly, my brain immediately went sort of Symbolmuna, which is obviously grows like the flowers that grow on the graves in Edoras in Lord of the Rings, and I was thinking, is that where his parents have been buried? I thought maybe
Buried,
it was a burial
yeah.
place because Harry's like, you've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
I know other
and
people
you've been
thought
here
it was
before with
gravestones,
Iriana. Yeah. So that's what I thought it was. I thought it was a vision of the past of him before he then left after everything that happened
Yeah.
initially. But then obviously it becomes something so very different when they actually then end up traveling there.
What I thought was interesting was that Kel tells us that last time he looked into the water, he saw the destruction of his village, which I think was like like a little bit more of an interesting peek than the peek he actually got. Because like to know that that was the last thing he saw the last time he did this before he left,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
The bravery associated with just kind of going first or rolling with it.
Yeah, knowing
definitely.
you may be shown something equally devastating
Mm-hmm.
again. Or maybe he was like, do you know what? That's the worst thing I could have been shown.
Yeah.
What more could you show me that could hurt me?
Yep.
That could have been the other thing. I mean, Kel is he's so grounded as a character that it's difficult to know what's going on underneath the surface.
There's also the angle of like, Zerda suggests he goes first because he's done it before. Like he does have the maturity to be like, I can show them that it's okay. Because he does have Dolly, who doesn't really trust a lot of things, and then he has Elwyn, who doesn't trust magic. He has Radiant, who's absolutely insane. and they don't know how he's going to react to any Feywild magic, just by nature of what he is. So it's
Yeah.
and then there's I. So it's like it's
And then
easier.
I's
I
there.
think he's fine. He's so chill. Which
He's
again, I
calm.
really love when
Just a
Ben said the
curious little
same thing.
kobold.
But
He's a
I
curious
didn't
little
mention
kobold.
I because I don't worry about I.
Yep.
Basically
Yeah.
that. But it's like it's interesting that Kel, by nature of his age and his experience, could also just be like, yeah, I don't mind going first because then I can show them it's okay, that it won't necessarily it won't necessarily hurt them. But it's like it's at least safe even if you don't trust what you're going to see or anything to that nature.
100%.
Yeah.
It will be interesting to see over this next sort of several episodes whether how Kel fits into this guide or leader role, because he hasn't really had that role up until this point, right? So
It's like he's always been the uncle, not the father.
yes,
Yeah.
yep, he's the cool uncle.
I mean, do you think that? I mean, how do you think he would feel about taking on such a role? Like, do you think that's something that he's reluctant to take on, and
Well, now
therefore is actively shied away from, or do you think that it's just he just kind of rolls with the punches and?
I will say that I think that's a bit of the bleed through of the player, maybe not necessarily of the character. So, like, I think
Yeah.
I think Doug knows his limitations at the table. I think everyone around the table kind of does joke that, yes, you will get the Doug-cotomy, and Doug will not remember what dice he has rolled, what his modifiers are, what spells he has, what things he can do, or he will be the most switched on player at the table. So I would say there would have to be a pretty big shift, I think, in Doug as the person to play a character that was that confident, right? But we'll see.
I suppose, yeah, because Doug's talked about that as well, hasn't he? About, there are certain aspects of it that he's not completely confident with, and obviously when he's played D&D before, it wasn't necessarily 5th edition because he started playing when he was much younger. So
Yep. And there is always the modifier of the camera, right?
yeah, when you
So-
know someone's watching.
Yep.
It's like when someone's watching you type something, you're going to make so many typos.
So many more typos. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they're experienced enough as performers to not have too much of that. But like on the flip side of that, with Ben, like I think Ben does things irrationally constantly, right? With this desire
Yeah.
to push things forward and not to let people wait too long and not to be sitting here, like debating stuff. Whereas if he were sitting around a table where he could just go, you guys need to go and chat about this. I'm going to go get some nachos, right? Or I'm going to I'm going to get a drink from the kitchen. You guys plan a bit,
You do
right?
your thing. Yeah.
Whereas you can't really do that here, right? So I think the door is open now for him to decide to do that or not, right? And it will be interesting to see what he does decide to do, because he's been given a very significant, and we'll see what happens kind of mechanically with his character. Maybe nothing. I don't know. I don't know what Harry has planned for what transitioning to be a tree speaker means beyond what we've seen so far. But that's a pretty significant change, right?
It's a promotion essentially.
Yeah.
He's not just a druid. He's a tree speaker now. It's Laffy aristocracy. He gets to be a tree late in one day.
Yep. and
Sort
speaks
of.
on behalf of people. That was all the discussion.
He could have
in
his
the...
own, and he could have his own. Did they refer to them as tribes? I mean, obviously, I refers
Yes.
to tribe, but they refer to it as a tribe as well.
Yes, they did use the term tribe to describe the
Group
various
of people
groups
that all
and
P-
who
the
speak
groups
for
in
them.
Laffey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot of opportunity here for kind of a shedding of the mantle of kind of, oh, I'm just not good enough. There's always something stopping me from, or I have the excuse, I'm the funny guy, right? Like,
I mean, there's a lot of baggage that Kel has as well with everything that happened,
which one would,
which would equally make him reluctant to take up any kind of
I
mantle.
am
Like,
sure
what kind
that-
of leader can I be when I effectively brought about the destruction of my previous tribe?
Definitely. I'm sure that there is some healing that has happened, whether it is sufficient for him to fundamentally change how he views leadership. We shall see. We shall see. Cool. Radian.
Radian 1.
Radian 1.
The
Radian
river.
1.
Yeah.
Now this one was probably for me a definitely has been.
You think this was the past?
Yes, because so essentially he's running towards bright blue water, like in the Feywild, and he turns and he's being like attacked by a big ol' dragon, which I think we surmised was probably what was it, a gem dragon, based on
Yeah.
Harry's description.
A purple
With the
dragon.
Purple.
yeah, with
Yeah.
sort of like
And he's running towards this water, and then he
Jumps in.
hits it,
hits
jumps
it.
in,
He
whatever,
hits it.
and that's where it ends. And that feels very much like the I'll give you what I kind of pictured, or at least what I could surmise perhaps was a possibility of what happened. He's got the deck. He's running either for the boundary or what have you. He hits that water and he wakes up in Lake Kova. That is what, and that's, what at least one possible view of because maybe that dragon was guarding it. Maybe the dragon guards the boundary. Who knows? We don't know anything, just like Radian. But whatever it was, shook him enough that he decided he wasn't going to tell anybody about it. I mean, neither did Dolly. Like, it's yet to be seen if he and Dolly are going to keep their promise, because it's hard to say what he promised Dolly he would tell her. He didn't promise anybody else. And Dolly also didn't say what she saw. So, and they weren't alone together yet. So chances are they could both still keep their promise or break it. But they both had promised each other before they went down that they were going to tell each other the truth. I guess time will tell, because I did notice that like, yeah, Radian didn't say what he saw, but neither did Dolly. And the
Dolly
only people
deflected.
she deflected so fast and
So fast, so hard.
so hard. And they're the only like they specifically promised each other they would tell the truth. And we just haven't seen them alone yet. So we don't know if that's going to happen or not, but it's not like everyone was kept from seeing the visions. Every player did see the visions, except for later.
Other ones.
But other ones. So like the players are aware of the visions and they're aware that Radian's lying. But again, like Dolly also lied. So they both have the full knowledge of whether they actually will, like, we both know we promised, we both know we lied. We might talk about it later if we feel like it or if we have the opportunity. So it's it's an interesting change to how these things normally play out. So I am interested to see if they do that. But that was my take. It's something like that. Because that does sound like a creature you might find in the Feywild, honestly. And second, the bright blue water is a tell. So
Yeah, I felt like it was a past thing as well, purely because, yeah, as you say, they're talking about the bright blue water, but the second Harry was said, you hit the water and you wake up. To me,
Yep.
I was like, he was found on Lake Cova having almost drowned.
And
To
all
me,
cut
like
up
that's
with all the scars.
yeah, like
And
that
it's a gem
that to
dragon?
me,
Yeah.
that to me, just the idea
Interesting
of hitting the
thoughts.
water and then working up, then waking up. To me, it was like, well, that's where he was found, surely.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that Ben doesn't necessarily immediately jump to that conclusion either.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm looking up.
What have you got, Jazzy? You're
I'm
looking at your
looking
notes
up
very
Amethyst
intently.
Dragons.
I think,
Go ahead, Jazzy.
to be honest, my interpretation of Radiant's first vision was the same as Shan's. To me it was like he's stolen the deck. He's having a bit of a runner. Dragon's not very happy with that. Man Bear God has said, "You right, Dragon buddy, you go get that deck back. That's mine." And Dragon's after Radiant, and he's made his escape. Whether the dragon gave him the scars, I'm pretty sure
It's
that's
just a
still
possibility. We don't know.
I think the Thorny Briar
Yeah.
is
I
still my
yeah.
contender, because I think that's also what's holding his memories.
I just think it's an
But-
additional
briar will hold.
piece to like
But I
obviously the
think
briar's
it's-
there, but
It's like
Yeah.
it's like part one of a scene that ends with him waking up on Cova,
mhm.
and we've kind of got part one and part three, but there's a part two in the middle still.
I'm going to read for you guys a paragraph.
Okay.
Okay.
Similarly, Amethyst Dragons could acquire and cast new spells of their own, whether arcane or divine, but they were most noted for their talent in psionics. Those who were gifted learned the psionic attacks, psionic blast, ego whip, or psychic crush, and the psionic defenses mind blank, or mental barrier, thought shield, or tower of iron will.
Things to
Okay.
note.
Well, what do you know?
So I'm just
Okay.
Harry, what you been cooking, young man?
So
what
I'm
have you
just
been cooking?
leaving that out here. Yes.
The possibilities are not quite endless, but they could be endless.
So I'll just leave that here.
We have a piece of
Um,
evidence that corroborates now,
Objection.
and that's
Objection.
how Rizlord theory was started. Was we found
Yeah.
a bit of evidence that corroborated that, and we've run with it ever since.
Yeah, speaking of that too, there was a bit where Ben said something, and I don't know if he meant it the way it sounded, but when they were talking about the visions that only Ben has seen, and they didn't go into any detail, Ben specifically said, the visions with Thealon. And I was like, do you mean all of them? Are you also suspecting that's Thealon? Or did he just mean it's going to be all right? Because, like, in context, it sounds like he's starting to suspect what I suspect. But I don't know because he stopped talking.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wrote it in my notes. I was like, interesting thought you just said, Ben. Interesting theory, Ben.
Action surge 16 minutes 10 seconds. I think
Yeah.
I noted it down. as.
Yeah, I think I literally wrote a note about Ben. Like, I put an arrow next to it. Yeah. Did he say he thinks he saw Thealon before? Or did he mean when she said it was okay?
Oh, yeah.
He moved on too fast.
I don't
Suspicious.
think I
Yeah.
don't think he's thinking enough about
No.
that. But looking at
It was just
Harry's
funny.
looking at Harry's face when Ben makes those connections, Harry's like, did you though? Right. So
was
he's
just very funny.
definitely asking the right questions.
He's on the right track there, I think.
most
in my humble opinion.
I will say though, with the Radiant's first image, I thought almost I'd say as interesting as the vision was itself, and how excited I was for friend of the Discord Noodle for having a purple dragon, which Noodle adores, but Radiant's reaction after the vision and his absolute stonewall, no, No, it was just nothing. It was just rubbish. It was
It's
just,
just
oh, yeah, I turned
unimportant.
stone.
It was when I turned into stone. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
so
it just,
even if he and Dolly do have that discussion, like she's gonna call him out on lying because he has lied.
Yeah.
And she knows that he lied because she rolled high on insight, right? Or maybe they didn't
Was it-
say
was it
what
her
they.
was it was it
Zerda
Dolly?
definitely
Zerda-
knows that he.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zerda
lied,
knows he
That he
lied.
wasn't. Yeah.
The
So
water knows.
yeah,
Yeah.
I actually don't know. I mean, obviously, Radiant's a chaotic character, and we'll we'll talk more about chaotic actions
Understatement.
of Radiant, I'm sure, in this episode. But like, why not? Why not say? Are you afraid? Are you concerned? Do you actually think that it doesn't matter, that it's irrelevant? It's
I
hard to
I wonder if
understand.
he's
don't think it's the
fighting. I wonder if he's
last.
fighting. I think he's fighting what he is because he's already had a conversation with Dolly about, well, what if I become someone different? Like,
Yeah.
What if I
you know,
don't like
what if
who
that-
I
what if-
was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he has historically had those conversations with Kel like episodes and episodes ago.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a knee-jerk reaction of I didn't get the full answer and therefore I'm rejecting the entirety of it because I haven't had enough to make a decision. So I'm deciding none of it matters and I'm ignoring it. I'm fighting it.
No idea.
And he
I-
just wanted the stag too. The fact that he's getting more and more mysteries, I think, is just frustrating for him. He just wanted the stag, and then he
Yeah,
gets like
it's-
yet another mystery about his identity
It's
or
the
whatever, and I think it's frustrating
one
for
question
him.
answered, but 7 given.
New ones.
And
yeah.
yeah.
and especially because like, and it could also be a little bit of Ben because it's once again like, you know, he said before he doesn't really want to force his story, and like he wanted something to like Radiant wanted something for the current thing that they're
Yes.
doing right now, and Radiant got the past yet again, and it's like, no, I didn't want that. And so it could just be like a mix of like, you know, how can I try and get Radiant to worry about the story at hand because he wants to worry about that, and he just keeps getting dragged to his past, which scares him. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Interesting thoughts.
It will be
He
interesting.
thought his past was scary. Now wait till he gets the
Whoa.
other vision.
Yeah. Wait until
Ooh.
there's some other detail here, right?
Yeah.
I do think it is interesting that given multiple opportunities to do so, and maybe this just hasn't come across Ben's mind, right? You have not asked anyone, including a god, to help you remember.
Well, I mean, it scares him. He's
you think
admitted
that's-
that he doesn't
yeah.
really want to. He wants to remember, but like
But
it
at
also
the same
scares
time
him.
doesn't.
He's also
Yeah.
in denial about
So, like,
what the
if-
truth could be.
Yeah, so like in the moment, maybe it's like I do want to know, but when he's actually faced with someone who could possibly help him, it's like the reality of that is scary, and it's like, no, I need more time. I can find answers on my own, or like
Yep.
I can find more answers later. And it's like, and he is seeking out answers, but it's less about him and more about like how he got here, why he has the deck. And I guess through that is how he's finding out details about himself, but at the same time, those details terrify him
Yeah.
because like they're like he went on the rant about he thinks everybody hates him. And like he hates how he gets all these visions of like terrible, painful things, but he's also gotten proof that he's been loved. And he's brought that up before too. And it's like, you know, what if the fear of finding out that maybe like what he is now can't be loved is also terrifying? So it's like, if you find out you were loved and you're completely different from that person, can you still be loved? Because he already thinks everybody hates him. So it's like, it's an interesting, like, I think it's just a bunch of swirly whirly fears, like the whirlpool. So it's like, sometimes he's leaning into it and then maybe something in that scares him and he pulls back again, which is totally natural. Like that's a thing that people do.
He's terrified of committing to something. Because what if the thing that he commits to, like whether it's being, committing to being the person that he is and knows he is at the moment, or committing to a potential unknown, it's just too terrifying for him. Like he is, in all essence, he's just terrified of commitment.
Is even,
And that's why he's yo-yoing between.
and in
these
the
different
cases
things.
where he has committed, which is he has very much committed to the now, right?
Yeah,
He wants answers to help now, right?
yeah,
And there is the frustration of, well, I don't care about what happened in the past or maybe what happens in the future. I want answers to help me and my friends now, right?
Yeah.
And he didn't give me any of that, so I'm annoyed, right?
so what good is commitment in the first place?
so
Like I
what-
committed myself to
then-
it. Yeah,
then you just
why am I
start-
bothering?
Throwing things at the wall, right?
Yeah.
And he has his little temper tantrum.
That he does.
The
We'll get
thing
to
I've-
that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing I think Ben was trying to put across with Radiant as well is how obviously Radiant is this being from the Feywild, and he's in a sort of Fey. I think I used the term in my notes, Fey adjacent place, but he doesn't feel, and it's quite interesting how he's engaged with Laffy so far. Well, he hasn't really. He's been quite, he's of the Feywild, bit like Talisker. It should almost be like somewhere that he would feel at home, but actually feels the opposite. Feels like this should be me, but it's not me, and therefore, what am I? And it's like almost like,
yeah, like
well,
he can read. He
Kel-
can read writing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that he shouldn't be able to read. That
Yeah.
no one else can read.
But like Kel strolled in and is at home and is settled back in, even after everything that's happened. He's strolled in. He's been he feels right there. Radiant in a place where he should, because he's of the Feywild, also feel at home, does not. He feels overshadowed, unwelcome. He feels it's like
Disconnect.
he feels almost the
And not in control.
Yeah.
but almost not just disconnected, almost unconnected. Like there's an
Almost
actual
like a dysmorphia of a
Yeah.
kind.
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, he's
like-
got complete like identity dysmorphia. Effectively.
Yeah. Yeah, because like absolutely, Taliska, like he did feel kind of comfortable in Taliska, and he got the opportunity
Yeah.
to kind of connect with stuff. But here, it's like he's literally fighting a battle upstream because he just like I mean, it's because he's literally fighting with the with nature, which is very
With-
funny. Yeah, go ahead
yeah.
and fight with a puddle. But it's like he feels like he should be able to connect with this easier than he is.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's
And he just
not
isn't.
intuitive for him either, because probably for a ton of reasons. I mean, again, has been convinced he's from this place. He also was abused, tortured, had his mind messed with. So like, he's a whole messy jumble of things. And also he's in emotional turmoil like half the time. So then he goes to this place where he should absolutely be feeling at home, or at least find some kind of connection, and it just feels adversarial to him, which is making him in turn be more adversarial. And it's
Yeah.
just like, I think he's just a mess, and it's hard for him. I think it must be very upsetting because he finally knows and accepts what he is. He had an Eladrin say, "You're an Eladrin." He had he can read stuff nobody else can read. It's the closest he's been to and he finally calls himself an Eladrin. He's starting to accept it, but he's still not being accepted by things that should accept him because he wants to be accepted kind of on his terms. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's not how it works, but it's also like he's already so messed up because he doesn't even know what his terms are because he doesn't even know who he is.
Well, and
So
we're
it's,
making
you know.
assumptions that he should be accepted, right?
Yeah, well, I'm not saying he should be. I'm saying how he feels.
How we feel, 100%.
Also,
Yeah.
his whole vibe has always been a polar opposite to Kel's vibe, right?
Yeah.
Kel has always had this, as I said before, like he's an incredibly grounded, and you can argue that that is something that has come with Kel's age, but generally speaking, he's a very chilled out and very grounded individual that is not meaning to make a pun, but he is very rooted in who he is. Like genuinely, he very much understands who he is, and that is very much in keeping with how everyone in Laffy is. And it's the polar opposite from Radian, who is this chaotic, yo-yoing little ball of Eladrin PTSD. Like Yeah.
And we haven't actually had a huge amount of Kel Radian interaction. But
No,
I know in the
in
No.
quite some
action,
time.
no, and yet it was kind of hinted at in Action Surge that there was almost going to be a bit of a, not a falling out, but there was going to be a bit of a disagreement, which they didn't go down that road, but there was definitely that possibility.
I mean, Harry
Yeah.
said this in Action Search, right? That
Yeah.
Lathy's going to test your patience, right? Lathy is a different type of test. And I think that is. We have seen Harry try to come up with interesting things in the game system, in the world, to test them in a way that isn't just throwing another combat at them,
Yeah.
right? And this is something new that we're just, I mean, we're basically an episode and a half into this location, effectively, right? Where Taliska felt very, it felt the closest to the kind of video game, I've got 20 quests, let me go through them, you know, go here, do this, go here,
We
do
ain't.
that.
Yeah. We ain't moving on until I've done all the side quests in this area. I don't care if I'm
exactly.
over leveled for the next bit. We ain't moving on.
We ain't moving on, right? And this definitely feels very different, right? So I agree. I mean, as usual, we have so much stuff at a superficial level, right?
Yeah.
It's wild speculation at this point. But next we had Elwyn, right? Or do we have I
Aye.
first?
It was
Aye.
I was
itty bitty eye.
rolled a 5.
Feels very. Each of these feels the character in it. So much so, right? And this, whether it is happened or whether it's a could happen or a desire, right? With kobolds and the children of the Midnight Moon winning a battle.
Albeit possibly with quite a few casualties.
See, I didn't read it as a victory when Harry was describing it. To me, I was like, "Oh no, they found them, and they found the old dark."
It seems
Was how it read to me
How
when
it
he was
read to
describing
you.
it. And then when you hear I talking about it, I was like, yeah, I guess it could be actually they took the fight to. Yeah.
because they described the kobolds. They described the kobolds as being some alive, so it seems to imply that they've emerged victorious, but maybe at a cost. But
At
they
a
won.
cost,
Yeah.
But they possibly won a battle they ought perhaps to have lost, and achieved something by working together
Yeah.
with the children of the Midnight Moon. That has essentially saved them both, albeit with difficulty, but it has essentially secured that southeast corner of Reliquiae for the last light. That's kind of how it felt.
Battlegrounds.
Whether that's what's actually happened or whether that it felt to me like it was a current event, like in Final Fantasy IX, where you click away and there's like when you had cutscenes and then you can like tap thing and look and see what else is going on somewhere else.
Yeah.
Bit of obscure reference.
The
but
ATEs.
ATEs, I loved those. So it felt
So
like almost
good.
like an ATE where we're just going to move the camera over to the Four Forests. Oh look, the kobolds have just won a battle. It kind of felt like that. But it'd be interesting if it isn't that, what it actually means. If it isn't that, it just feels that's the most likely conclusion. But there was a real. It felt the thing that felt weird to me was just how positive everyone reacted to this. I'm like, bittersweet, maybe. But
Mhm.
it felt a bit bittersweet to me. But the reaction at the table was, yeah, go
Yeah.
Kobolds.
Go team.
Kobolds. Yeah.
Go team. Go team.
Yes, go team. Most definitely. Yeah. I agree, Jesse. I agree. It's hard to, obviously, we had Harry's war map, I don't know, 5 episodes ago, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or more,
early
maybe.
I think it was sort of 44 probably was the
So
episode.
10 episodes ago?
Yeah,
So,
the
yeah,
episode
10
that was the last
episodes.
episode before they arrived at Taliska.
Yeah.
So either that or early 45.
Yeah. So
God, yeah, they were in Taliska a long
a
time.
long time.
They arrived
Yeah.
at 45. You know, Calypso Moon. Yeah, that.
Calypso Moonrise.
Calypso.
God.
Oh
Moonrise.
boy.
God,
What a
that's
callback.
9 episodes.
I still
ago.
like the idea. I can't remember who said it. It was just like, maybe that's just how horses look in the Feywild.
Yeah, I still think that's a funny thought.
That's like, it's
Has anyone
such a
considered
genius
that's just
thought
what
as well.
horses look like in the Feywild?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Like, why are you being so mean to Radian?
Sometimes
that
he
poor little
doesn't
sad boy
deserve to
alone.
be bullied.
Poor
Yep.
little
Always
sad
on
boy.
So
Calypso.
I look forward to the next war notes update. What's the Second World War UK radio update? There was a
Before
film
my
on it.
time, I'm afraid.
I mean, yeah, slightly before my time, but would have learnt about it in school.
I know there was the fake propaganda one, Lord Haw-Haw,
Mm.
which I feel like is what Barabask is kind of.
Well, yeah.
But the actual, you know, like when Winston Churchill was doing like.
What's it called?
Or do you just mean the BBC?
No, there was a wartime propaganda where he's like making up positive things. It's radio broadcast.
Basically, to sort of inspire loyalty and
yes.
what have you, in both in the troops
Oh,
and
there a
in the
film?
homelands.
They were like showing stuff in like cinemas.
Mm.
And comment below if you know the answer.
If you know the answer.
Yeah.
If you were born in 1920.
What's Ha Ha?
Lord
Lord
Haw-
Ha Ha.
Yeah, that was the nasty. That's the one who was like working for the.
That's the Nazi propaganda one, right?
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So the reverse, but
yeah.
yeah,
The
it'll be
Barabask.
the War Diaries of Reliquiae. It'll be interesting to see
Yeah.
when we get the next update
Yeah.
and when Shan gets attacked.
I just don't
Yeah.
want him jumping on my dress.
That
Well,
would be
That
I
would
don't even
be
know how
bad.
he got down here because I shut the.
Unfortunate.
I almost completely shut the door, so I don't know how he got down here.
Bear
Please
will
go.
always find a way.
Please go, Bear. Get out of my bag. Bear.
Man, bear, dog.
He is a man bear dog.
he's a big boy.
He is big.
Good. I don't know that we have much to unpack or much further to unpack about I's vision.
I think the thing that I loved was when they did the so normally they will say I am here all the time as I am wishing to see, and of course with Alex he did I is here all the time
Yeah.
is. I thought
He
that
started
was
repeating it back at Harry, but as
and then
I, and
Harry
then
starts-
Harry yes-anded the hell out of it.
that was just
I did
lovely.
enjoy
So
that.
good.
That was just so lovely. It was like Alex was having the time of his life in his tux.
Yep.
It's just having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that they were all imagining I, of course, in the tutu.
Yeah.
Because he was
as
in
I-
formal dress.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Shall we move on to Elwyn?
We shall.
I mean, we already said it earlier. It's nice for Elwyn to have a bit of positivity in her dreams or visions.
For
Yeah.
once.
It was almost like getting an Elowyn's memories, but
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right, Jazzy. You're right. You're right.
if I'd understood it correctly, I think it took place in the same sort of area as episode 11. You know, when they
Yeah,
were
where they-
yeah,
With all the bunks.
with
Yeah.
all the bunks
the
and all of
caves.
that bit. That's what I mean. I literally put it's like, oh, back to episode 11.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and I thought that was a nice little
Where
touch
all the
as well.
traps were and all that stuff. Yep.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
them larking about and fighting each other and laughing. I'm like, oh, that's so Grenweird. It's just,
Yeah.
oh, honestly, if the Grenweirds need a TV show, please.
The
They need a
Grenweirds.
spin-off. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just a reality show.
Keeping up with the Grenwoods.
Reality show. Yeah.
I think it would be
There's children dying, Eden.
the a Grenweird brothers and Elowyn one shot with the current cast would be pretty fun.
That would be so much fun.
It would be good.
But yeah, it felt like it for Elowyn. It was almost like a reminder of the things that she is fighting for,
Mm-hmm.
in a way.
Yes.
Not necessarily just family, but the positive aspects of it.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Anything else on Elowyn's? There's not much to unpack. It was a nice vision.
That's nice.
Positive.
It was earned, I think, with all the
Earned.
Yeah.
sword,
Agreed.
great sword
Agreed.
shenanigans.
Shall we move on to Dolly?
Dolly. Peer pressure.
Oh God. Oh, that
I
peer
love a
pressure
good pun.
creased me.
I love a good pun as well, but
Love a good
that
pun.
unfortunately was not, not a good pun.
Listen.
Oh,
Listen.
Shots fired.
It's, I would say it's the most, I mean, I'm assuming that each of them wrote some things that they would from their past and sent them to Harry.
Yeah.
I am assuming. Because if they haven't, it would have been kind of weird that Harry
Yeah.
knows.
Either that or Harry would have put it together, you know, or fed some ideas like, are these the sorts of things that may have happened?
100%. Certainly could have been collaborative or
Yeah.
unidirectional, right?
Yeah.
But we don't know what anything means there, really.
Right.
I had two thoughts about location.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was talking about sort of farmland and so on. We know Dolly's from Mouse,
Mm-hmm.
so it could have been related to Mouse, or it could have been Yannick, because that was an incredibly rural area.
Yeah.
What it then means, I have no idea, but that's kind of where I feel it was maybe located.
the thing that, because I thought it was Mouse just because it felt like something earlier in her life, but what really struck me on the rewatch earlier was how at the end, and they kind of glossed over it, was like she like carved her initials on
Yep.
the willow tree and made a promise.
Made a promise.
Promised
Yeah.
what exactly? What did you
And
promise?
to whom?
Exactly.
And to whom?
Exactly. Is this the start of Dolly's next arc? Are we sowing a seed to give Dolly a new story? Because what did she promise and to whom? And why is she so cagey about it? For what seemed to
Unless
be
she
something...
made a
Why
promise
did
to
she- why did
herself,
she
who
leave-
is the easiest
Yeah.
one, because she is someone who like tries to look out for herself, number one, which, given her past, very fair. And we did get some mystery as to her like youth when we were with Asuka. So, like, it could just be more of like stuff she just hasn't shared as opposed to like hidden stuff. But like, I know my read was more of a promise to herself, but like at the start of a journey or something. But we don't know. We just don't know yet.
Well, we
Why the
don't
willow tree?
necessarily know exactly why she left Mouse.
Yeah.
Like, she's never given a specific reason, just sort of it was too small for her. She needed to get out. Like, so.
And what's so special about the willow tree? Who did she know that there's some new mystery there, which I kind of that just snuck in, and I was like, oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, and then to be kind of in a similar way to Radiant, be like kind of deliberately evasive about something that you didn't have to disclose everything. You could have just said it was this really cool thing that I remembered, and it was really important, and X, Y, or Z. Like, you didn't have to dodge answering, right? Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, Elowin's wasn't particularly, there wasn't, we've just spoken, like, there wasn't a lot to unpack about Elowin's, and she was literally like, it was just a memory, like, me and my brothers, when we were growing up, like, Dolly could have just, and she's very good at doing this sort of thing, just sort of passing it off as sort of like, oh, I just, remembered, just a vision of a tree where I grew up.
Yep.
Kind of thing. And
the farmhouse
passed it
where
off
I
like
grew
that.
up, there was a tree across from it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
But instead, she was, as soon as anyone asked her about it, she's like, we need to leave, get away from the water.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And no one's called her out on it.
Yet.
I wonder if, maybe this is getting into like prediction territory, but I wonder if Elowin is going to be the one to maybe broach it in a, are you okay? Because the first thing that she said to Dolly was, whatever you see, we can change it.
Yeah, which was
So
a
is she going to approach Dolly to check in with her?
Great question.
I think they must be due a rest. Again, they'll have a rest at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Radiant's
After what
down
they went
like
through to
30
get to
HP or
Lappy,
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, how much health has Radiant lost now?
Over
He
half.
lost
I think
he lost some health with all of that stuff.
Yeah.
he was on. I mean, his max. I've literally got it. It was 58. So yeah.
And then he must have lost like 20 or 30 HP, right?
Yeah. So he's down half.
As a result of the...
Oh, his intelligence is 19. I didn't realise that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, I mean, I assumed that we're not taking the overnight as a long rest, because Harry hasn't explicitly said that their overnight stay was a long rest.
That was
You are correct.
before.
You are
Wasn't that-
correct, Bard. Implied, though, based on...
It might be implied, yeah.
Based on Radiant trancing and having a full... So, kind of implied? I would assume that he's back to full HP
that
now.
actually he's back to full. Because that would
Yeah.
be an interesting thing to explain.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact
Like
that...
something looks at him funny and he just falls over, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that
Which is Radiant, let's be honest.
that nobody called out, or that Harry didn't explain, like, Radiant's hands look blistered or whatever after all of this. He did
Yeah.
kind of leave it to Ben to decide what to disclose and what not to disclose.
Why his
That's
clothes were
Um,
soaking wet, because the lake fought back.
He
Yeah.
got into a fight with a puddle.
Yeah.
That's so
The puddle
Radiant.
won. That's
Which,
so
to be fair, it's
Radiant.
not like, it's not necessarily Harry's job to tell them something that they haven't perceived themselves either. So it's like, I wouldn't expect him to tell them unless they like specifically said like, what can I tell by looking at Radiant? Because that's normally
it's true
when
because
he'll
they were
bring
outside of the
something up.
room, right? So they would not have
Yeah.
Yeah,
known.
so they wouldn't have known any of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like if one of them had said something, I'm sure Harry would have let them roll and then tell them what they noticed.
There's
Yeah.
probably also some sense among the cast that they feel like this is Cal's episode. They probably
Yeah.
wouldn't
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
too,
so making it about
so,
yeah, 100%.
yeah, so the-
Yeah.
You guys are right. You guys are right. And Shan is at pains to remind us that Ben loves to. Oh, it's not about me.
Which, like, I just find it really interesting because people like to make the story about Radian. Meanwhile, Ben's just like, nah, I'm cool with it not
It's
being
not about
about
me.
me. And I always found that really
I'm over
funny.
here just being a sad little boy. Let me be.
Yeah, like I always found that really funny about the amount of people in like the Discord who will make everything about Radian or will like tie everything to Radian. And like I talk about Radian a lot, but like at the same time it's really funny because then you actually watch Action Surge and Ben's just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
He doesn't even
What
care
will
how
be, will
Radian
be.
reacts to the story. He's just like, it's just really funny how like some people get so keyed on a character that they want everything to be about them. Meanwhile, the person playing the character is like, literally nothing's about them and they don't really care about what's going on. So it's like, oh well, not that he doesn't care about what's going on. He clearly does.
More like
but
he doesn't care about Radiant's
he doesn't
place
care
and
about his
what's
own
going on.
story. Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm cool to wait.
Like-
He's cool to wait. Like we're cool, and everyone's
not
just
the
like,
time.
this clearly ties to Radiant this way and this way. It's like, man, the guy playing him doesn't even think it's that deep. Let's relax. You're fighting a puddle. It's like, but yeah, I always
it's
find
not
that
that deep.
interesting. Exactly. I just always found that interesting that like people would do that after these episodes if like Radiant had a clash or something of that nature, and then you actually listen to Ben talk about it, and it's a totally different read of the situation. So it's like, yeah,
100%. I think we all know, though, that especially after the DrKagon and one-shot, two-shot, right? And with these moments between Harry and Ben specifically, when they're kind of one-on-one, right? They are some of the most iconic moments of the show, right?
yeah.
Or as the group being together. And man, I really hope that the two of them get to work together on something
For real.
significant, right?
Yeah.
And maybe we'll get that luxury, maybe we won't, right? But because I just think the two of them have a certain chemistry that is hard to find, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, as you say, Shen, I don't think that Ben is reading too much into it. He's such a go with the flow kind of guy, right?
Yeah.
Like he's the sort of guy that I can imagine just shows up and plays. He doesn't think too much about it when he's not playing, right? Like he wants to play, but he's not like agonizing about it
Yeah.
like all week and theorizing and whatever. Like maybe I'm
He has
misreading
stuff
Ben
he wants
completely,
to
but
do, and if he gets to do it, great. If he
great.
doesn't,
But
whatever.
otherwise,
And
right.
he'll have already rolled for it before he asks if he can do it. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Bart, exactly. But I don't know that he thinks that much about it, to be honest.
No.
Right, but
Although-
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he spends all week theorizing stuff and planning
Agonizes
and whatever.
over
but-
how people
Eh,
view his character and making sure that he
He-
does everything that makes them viewed perfectly right.
And
I
he's
get the feeling he probably connects to it as much as he feels he needs to.
He needs
so,
to.
if there
Absolutely.
are things that he wants to maybe either put in front of Harry or run by Harry or clarify with him, then he'll do that between sessions.
And he has
as
done,
needed.
yeah, and he said he's
Which
done.
I'm
And
sure,
he said
yeah,
he
I'm
has
sure he's
done.
done that.
But beyond that,
But beyond that, he's not sitting there going, "Oh, I need to write some new stuff," where he doesn't feel desire to explore his character in the way that, say,
Yeah.
Holly explores her character with all of the writing that she does. Like
Mhm.
everyone's got their own way of finding their way into the character that they have.
definitely.
So
Definitely. To the point where he literally spent months doing extra content on Patreon with a character that wasn't his character.
Yeah.
yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Um,
that's how he, and maybe that's his way of just connecting with the world
world.
itself. Yeah,
Absolutely.
is to create
Absolutely.
a silly little audio drama that ends up breaking the characters.
Breaking the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, cool. Well, that's our main 5.
But that's not all of them, is it?
That is not all of
But
them.
wait, there's more.
The
Uh,
cast spoiler well,
the cast
what's
spoiler moment. Um, mindful of the time, and I expect we also want to discuss Doug's reveals. Um, we can probably, I think we could probably spend 45 minutes dissecting Radian's temper tantrum.
Shadian?
A beautiful bit of improv by Ben.
Yeah, incredible stuff. Truly
Like,
incredible
because
stuff.
it's like Harry said in Action Surge, like he sat there for a good 5 or 6 minutes and said nothing. He just let Ben talk, and like we've seen Radiant crash out before, right? But that was a full crash out.
It was a full crash out, and I don't, and this is like maybe a testament to Harry. I don't know if I was the DM there. I don't know whether I would have been able to resist trying to make something happen. And Harry just didn't make anything happen, really, until the end. Right?
Until the end, when he got the lake to fight back.
Yeah, like you work. He's like 3 minutes into the monologue, and then you say, well, the water brushes up against you and you see the following, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know whether I certainly would not have been able to resist in that moment giving him what
Giving
he
a
wanted,
little bit more.
right? And Harry just didn't. Right?
Do you think it's partly because, I mean, obviously if you were doing this in a home game, right, there are no cameras, no one's watching, and so do you think part of that ability to resist it is
boy.
this is, Ben's doing some incredible work and giving Ben, the player and the performer, the space to do that, knowing that that will be equally entertaining without feeling a need to add in your own piece to it. Because it is different. As much as they give this home game vibe,
I mean, that's definitely
and
not.
Ben said this himself. Like they are creating a show. They are creating something for entertainment.
100%, Bard. I think if it was a home game, like, you're just not doing that, right? Like, you're not going to sit there and
let someone
ad-lib
monologue
with your
for...
DM for 6 or 7 minutes with nobody else at the table. Like, that's just kind of silly, right? Or that's kind of selfish in a way, right? Like that, you just wouldn't do that, right? That
would feel self-serving. Like it would feel very
self-serving. Like, why are you on this monologue, dude? Like, nobody's bloody listening.
Like, nobody.
To you.
Who are
like,
you doing it for?
Who are you doing this for, right? But to your point, like, he's doing it for the audience. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not doing it for Harry.
It's a performance.
It's a performance. He's not doing it for Harry. He's not doing it for anybody else, because nobody else is going to listen. Even though he did tell them about it, obviously, in Action Surge, right?
Yeah.
So there is the performance, but yeah, I just don't know that I could resist even in that performance moment, just giving him what he wanted, or giving him a little bit of what he wanted, right? And Harry just gave him nothing.
Nothing.
Right? He gave him nothing, basically.
Yeah.
Man of iron will.
In fact, he taunted him at the end.
Yeah.
Right? And yeah, I don't know that I would be able to do that. It's a shame Andy isn't here. I would have loved to ask him. Maybe he'll comment in the comments.
I think maybe he wasn't a fan of the outburst.
Harry wasn't a fan of the outburst.
No. Andy wasn't.
Andy wasn't a fan of the outburst.
I think that is an outburst that's probably divided some people on how they see Radiant. But
Here's the
it's
thing: you just gotta rant sometimes, especially
Yeah,
like
to me, it felt
he,
cathartic for him.
yeah, because like listening to Ben talk about where he thinks it came from, like the I'll get, and I've said this before. I'll give Radian this. Even when he's been honest, he's been told he's lying. And I'm
Yeah.
sure it gets very frustrating to a point that you are giving these people what they want and they still are not happy with you. Eventually you do get frustrated, like nothing is treating me right. Everything's judging me. I feel like I don't belong anywhere. I feel like nobody wants me. And so in this moment, like we said earlier, he's in a place that perhaps he thinks should actually give him a fair shot, because like he doesn't want to be judged, and he was told that, he was told about this forest. He's like, all right, well, maybe for once I can be in a place that feels like home and won't judge me. And then like, he's begging it to not be like everybody else. That's kind of sad, really. And I think it's a good opportunity to let Ben kind of have Radian say what he feels, because he doesn't feel comfortable saying it to the party, and he's made that very clear.
very clear.
Because how many times he's been judged when he's honest, let alone when he's not honest. And he's willing to talk to people not in the party because they can give him an outside perspective because they don't know him.
And how
so
many times has he trauma dumped on NPCs?
Yes. And so I think it's a natural progression to finally be in this place where you can get some sort of answers and feel like it's fighting you as much as everybody else is, and like finally just snapping a little bit.
Just being
And I think
done with it.
just
Like,
being
he's done with
absolutely
it.
done. Yeah, like and just given more questions than answers, and possibly visions that frighten him. I mean, that long vision was like, that would scare
was
me a little bit.
something.
I think that would be
was
a lot for me.
something. Like,
Yeah, like
because he sees himself in that tent, and that feels like an experience that someone would remember
yeah.
if they were
And
part of it.
And it's also like it's scary from the outside, and then you go inside and it's so overwhelming on the inside too. And it's like, yeah, I mean, at this point I'd be freaked out and done too,
Yeah.
I'd be ready to find, like, because how many who can say that they've never had to have a little rant when they're frustrated with something, even if they love that something. Like, I'm just so frustrated with you. Like, because, like, I've certainly been there. Like, I have so many people in my life that sometimes they just, as much as I love them, they'll push me to a point where I need to, like, get it out somewhere and, like, be honest about how I'm feeling and not just, like, filter it because I don't want to be judged. And we filter so much of what we say sometimes because we're afraid of how we'll be seen if we say it. And like that could go for anybody. Like, I know this is a world in which you probably shouldn't say some things out loud. But like when we're talking to people we care about and we love, and we have a problem or a fear and we're afraid of how we'll be viewed because of that, sometimes you just want to say it. And here he is getting frustrated with this water that can't answer back in the way that a traditional thing you're talking to can.
But is sentient, and so in theory does understand what he's saying, so he can at least feel listened to, even if nothing is going to.
And I mean, during the episode, I cited the scene in Castlevania where Trevor goes on a walk in the woods and he's frustrated about his situation and confused about how he found himself here. And he finds a puddle and starts fighting literally punches his own reflection because he's like, oh, look, a pretty girl takes you by the hand. And now you're not okay with being alone anymore, you freak. And it's like, people do that. That's a natural. Yeah, what a funny sad little boy. That's a natural human thing. You just want something to listen to you and not judge you. And sometimes the easiest way to do it is to talk to something that can't talk back or isn't the thing that you're frustrated with.
Can only listen.
Yep.
I thought it was great. I really enjoyed his like what I call a Shadian moment, where it was just that, because we all have moments where we you have thoughts about people in that moment, just little things, and you just want to, and you're not going to say it to their face or anything. You just want to, but you love them, you adore them. You just want, it's like talking in the mirror, or just, he just needed a bit of therapy, and he took the opportunity to just let it all out, without consequences on the relationship he has with those people.
Yeah.
So it's a chance for him to it's like a confessional
Yeah.
almost.
Mhm.
Like he's just
Yeah.
letting it all, and his little impressions of them were just so lovely as well. They're
Yeah.
hilarious. And as covered in the action surge, he didn't say anything about I.
Because he knows I doesn't hate him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Certainly doesn't judge him.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly. He demands to be accepted is kind of how I wrote about it. But we all
I
want to be.
I
Don't
agree, Jazzy. I think for me the other part of this is I know that Ben the player, or the dogs the players, Ben the player sometimes I think maybe reads certain things or hears certain things from certain people about how he's approaching how he plays the game. Right? And there's a little bit of self-insert here of, will you guys just let me play my damn game the way how I want to play it? um and him being able to do that and channel that through the character, I think is interesting. Playing devil's advocate a little bit, though, I do see the people who look at this and go, well, that's like, that could be this could be the beginning of your villain arc, right?
It
you
would be
know,
interesting. It would be very interesting.
I don't think that's going to happen,
No.
since Radiant has done this sort of thing
No, I
multiple
think
times.
yeah,
But
because I think it's more hurt feelings than it is anger. I don't think he would turn on them over this. I think it's just I've had it up to here with feeling this way by these people who I care about,
And now I'm
I
getting sassed by a pond.
yeah, now I'm getting splashed and burned by this water, and I'm so sick of all of it. Yeah.
yep,
he didn't enjoy his time with the water, did he?
He
I
did
mean,
not like what the water gave him.
no, they gave him
No.
a very viscerally described scene in a tent. The smell of
Spicy.
spicy tent, the smell of sweat and wine.
My note on it was very silly. It's one word with 3 question marks. And I'll let you guys guess what the word is because I won't say it.
Rizlord?
No, it's a 3-letter word.
Oh,
and I
okay.
just
Yep.
with 3 question marks next to it. That's all I wrote. Well, I did write some other stuff,
I think
but
that was pretty
obviously
much confirmed. I think that was pretty much
it
confirmed.
definitely
in the action surge.
confirmed. Yes.
I
Yes.
the thing that this ties into for me, which is not my version of Shan's Rizlord, but the potential links between Radiant and the Vial, right? And what he may have given up or done in the past in order to potentially move between planes, and bargains he may have struck, and people who he may have interacted with in order to get the things that he wanted. This leads some credence to that he may have done things that he potentially regrets, in order to do
Doesn't
that,
want to remember.
and doesn't want to remember.
But also wants to remember. Like, he can't make up his mind.
But also maybe it's something that could have happened, and he chose the good path, right? And this was him being shown the bad path, right? For what, did you resist the easy way, right? With someone who was
The way
given
of
something.
gratification.
Yeah. Especially given we have had visions with him speaking to someone who had the wine and all of this previously, right? So how much of that ties in, I don't know, but I'm probably drawing lines between things that are at best loosely associated. But
Yeah, I wonder if he's more of a tool for someone than he is like
Mhm.
actively, a agent of the Vile or whatever. I feel like the way I see it, Radiant feels things very much a lot, and I feel like that can be used as someone else's weapon.
Mhm.
And that's the vibe I kind of got from the wine scene, as someone who is
Yep.
broken and hurt, having that used to do something bad, like, which is a tale as old as time. Like,
Mhm.
that's a really good like narrative way to get someone to do something out of like normally out of their wheelhouse, is to
Mhm.
have them be pushed to a point and have either someone step in to either suggest or like to plant an idea in their head for good or for ill, or to have someone just full on see that person be like, this is my opportunity. Like, and there are different ways that plays out. I know, like Final Fantasy 14 has it several times. Like in A Realm Reborn, you have a character who pushes himself to exhaustion. He ends up getting possessed by the bad guy, and the information he knows is used to kill several characters, like very early in the arc. And it's like there are several ways you can do that, but it's a trope that's been used in memoriam. So like there's so many ways this could have gone, and we just don't know enough. We don't know enough about the Feywild to know if like they celebrate victories by doing crazy ritualistic stuff.
Mhm.
I'll use the word stuff. The word I'm thinking of probably
Shenanigans.
starts more with an O, but like, again, not gonna say it on the podcast. We don't know, like, again, if he had ill intentions or if he was someone who was put, because like the scene with his father is what makes me think he is someone who was pushed to a limit or used, as opposed to someone who was always like that. But we don't know, because we just don't know enough about him or what happened before he came to really judge, which is why he's so scared, because he's in the same place we are. Like, he's wondering if he was a bad person or someone who loved so much that something bad happened to him. And so it's like, it's just such a big mystery. It's interesting to see it reflected like in our discussions versus like what Radiant is like working through.
Yeah, and he can't deny that these experiences have subconsciously marked him in some way, like regardless of whether or not what he saw is something that has actually happened to him or it's a could have been had you continued down a particular path.
Yeah.
But the fact that he literally quoted something that that Lady Thornbear said to him as she was shutting him away, and he's using those exact words on something he's trying to enforce his will on, that's just something that he's done subconsciously. Like, these things have marked him in some way and are a part of him, whether he likes it or not, and that has got to be terrifying. Like, even the worst parts of his experiences are ingrained in him in some way.
Oh yeah, I mean, I expect we don't need to debate the fact that he is the most tortured character of the party.
No, he's a little ball of Eladrin PTSD.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what he is. Just a little
Yeah.
ball of PTSD. Just a little sad boy.
Sure is.
So, heaven help us all when he attempts to deal with some of that.
Strap in, kids.
Yeah.
Hopefully in a positive way.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess we'll see if he talks to anybody
Yeah.
about
I really,
all this.
I really hope he does, Shan, because
I do too. I really hope he takes the opportunity to talk to Dolly, and maybe that's like a prediction thing. But like, I always hope, especially since they both made the same promise, that one of them actually approaches the other. I don't think it necessarily needs to be Radiant. It could be Dolly, because again, they both promised each other. It wasn't a one-way street situation. It was they both made a promise to each other.
They made
And
a deal.
I don't see Radiant feeling comfortable telling everybody, but do I see him possibly feeling comfortable talking to Dolly about it? Yes. I think if
Maybe.
he's going to talk to anybody about it, it could be Dolly, the person who knows almost more about him than anybody else, because her job was to figure him out. So, like, who knows? Time will tell. They haven't had time to do that yet. We
No.
don't know when they'll have time to do that. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, there's got to be a decompressing moment where
Yeah.
that has the opportunity to occur, right?
Yeah.
For predictions, we can all say who we think Radian will have his who Radian will have his one-on-one with everybody else out of the room. Cool. Are we happy to leave the visions there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mindful
There's
that
not much
we're-
else to say about it. We've kind of covered everything I think we need to do.
Mindful that we are 3 hours 5 in, and we still have to talk about
It's just a lot to unpack because it's visions of it all, you know.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, even though it wasn't like one of the longest episodes, it was a comparably short.
No, actually, one of the
episode.
shorter
Yeah.
ones, but packed, right? Packed. Everything,
Yeah.
every
with
scene
possibilities.
was significant, right?
Looks like I think episode 22 was similar, wasn't it? It wasn't necessarily a long episode.
An exceptionally long one. No.
No.
All right, Jazzy. Where are we going next?
Where are we going next? Cal and the moments of the episode for me. When towards the end we get to where he reveals his little project that he's been working on for goodness knows how long. I'm sure Kenneth has it on a spreadsheet somewhere.
Yeah.
Where suddenly he reveals that this thing that he's occasionally rolled dice for and he's carved and everything else, it's a flute. And then the actor DrKagon reveals an actual flute. I was gobsmacked. I was like, what? Is he going to play the thing?
And of course, he does
Damn right he is. Damn
play
right he
the
is.
thing.
And it was just, it kind of made me, it had kind of Ocarina of Time energy to it a bit as well.
What did you think was in the under the cloth when Doug was bringing it out? Did you immediately clock and think, and did your
I
mind
thought-
immediately go to?
When I saw it, I thought, it's the flute from earlier. Because I did wonder if that original vision, I don't want to go back into too much, was possibly a clue for something useful later.
Sure.
And so when he produced the thing, I was like, has he brought a flute along? And I'm like, and then he played it and played it well. I was like, Doug, you legend. I was like, this is amazing. But yeah, that's what I thought that, because it didn't look like it was just going to be like a big spoon. Imagine if you just got, by the way, it's a big spoon, I'm going to now tap it on my knees or something.
He's gonna no, it's 2 spoons, and he's gonna play the spoons.
He's going to play the
he's gonna play the
spoon.
spoons.
That would be, I mean, maybe that's something that they can work on, form a
It's the
little
traditional instrument of Lathy. Get it together, the spoons.
Yeah.
The spoons.
Why do you think they
Cool.
learn't how to carve spoons in the first place?
So
Yeah.
that they could all play the spoons.
So they can all
Alongside
spoon
the flute.
the flute and spoon. That sounds like a great pub, actually.
Yeah. I do like that it's an
If they
instrument
had
that could-
taverns in Lathy, that's what it would be called. The flute and
Yeah.
spoon.
Whatever happens in Laffy stays in Laffy.
So true.
It was just the episode 22 energy just floods back in. It was just the thing about it as well is it was one of those moments that are afterwards as well where Doug then goes and has a conversation with the tree, and not just any tree. It's Dad. Well, It kind of made me think of the far plane from Final Fantasy X. I'm doing a lot of Final Fantasy callbacks here. A bit like the far. It's like, is it actually him, or is it like the memory and essence of him replicated in wibbly wobbly, strangey magic? And it's like, but it was bloody good. It was just so. It just everything that you felt in episode 22, you felt here in episode 54, and Kel just accepting. The thing about Doug as well. This was a moment where Doug wasn't role playing. We were getting premium Doug Cockle acting right in front of us. It's like,
Well,
gosh,
that was something that Doug has been rehearsing in his mind for some time. Right?
Yeah.
everything, like the length. He had these incredible like the pauses. He's to have sort of hold a pause on camera. Just had that intense look. He was just, you could see him wrestling with his emotions, his feelings, not knowing what to say, and just pro at work or what. It was amazing. It was like there's the I was sort of almost feeling two things at once. There's the emotion of the moment in the scene, but also this immense, this is awesome kind of feeling. Absolute cinema moment. At the same time as this deep connection to a father that he never expected to speak to again. It's like, bravo, Doug.
Yeah.
Like a whole half hour, just
Yes.
beautiful.
What did you think was under the cloth, Shannon?
I mean, I don't know, really. I didn't think about it.
No?
It's one of those things where he was bringing something out, and I was like, oh, cool, he's bringing
What
something
could
out.
this be?
Because you know me, I'm just like, I just go with the flow. Very Ben
Very
Star when
Ben.
it comes to my approach of Natural Six, yeah. But, I mean, I did think it was nice for it to, be something that could be made from something from Lathy. Like the woods, the trees are important to him, and so the carving of wood, of course, is important to him. And then to have it be an instrument, which was something that someone he loved would play, and to play that with, in particular, wood that he took with him from Lathy, and to work on carving that, and to bring it back here, and to play it here in this spot, that it was like important to him, and to have it become a tool with which he could commune with the trees was really awesome. Because I wrote down that, like, when he played it initially in that first grove, and the trees were like, we're happy you're home, like, welcome home, your friends are welcome here. Like, that moment of connection to the forest, because, like, Zerda had told him that he was home and the trees would welcome him home. And so for him to play that flute and then in that moment be actually welcomed home by the forest is just such a beautiful image. And especially one that he left in such anger and pain. And like, I mean, that's how he felt about his father when he left. Because of finding out that he wasn't who he thought he was. And to just be welcomed back anyway, because he's still a child of the forest, and now to have been welcomed back as a tree speaker. It's just a very beautiful, like, that first bit is just a very beautiful, like, version of a coming home scene. And I'm glad that that's because I didn't necessarily get the going home or coming home vibe from the first scenes in Lathy. Now I get the vibe, like, that's it. That's the coming home scene. It wasn't actually coming home. It was being welcomed home. And I think that was a really, really beautiful and touching way to do that. Interestingly, when we had the watch party, I did not talk for like a full half hour after the episode because I didn't trust myself to. Because that ending hit me pretty dang hard.
Yeah.
But it was very good. And I appreciate Doug for it. I mean, the whole team, obviously, but like, you wouldn't have had that without that first step from Doug. And if he makes me cry one more time, we're going to have words. Which is pretty much what I said after I beat Claire Obscure about Ben Star. So now two of them are going to have words with me. That's the rule.
You don't make the rules. You don't make the rules.
there's
I don't
enough
make the rules. Don't make me cry, and we won't have to have a conversation.
There's
Yeah.
enough time for Alex to do something in the video game.
Yeah. What's Alex gonna do to get me to cry, huh? Like it was very nice. Like, 'cause obviously you always hope for an opportunity to talk to someone you've lost. And Kel gets to actually do that. And like, not just talk to somebody, but to have that somebody commune back. And that is such a special and beautiful thing that the world of fantasy gets to give characters that we don't get. So that was nice.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? He keeps doing weird barks, which is why I keep looking away, because it's not like he's just barking. He sounds like someone's killing him.
Dog cockle.
Yeah. I don't know why Bear keeps barking like something is killing him. It is the strangest thing he does.
Bard,
He's a drama queen.
He is.
what did you think was under the cloche?
The cloche. I like Jazzy, I didn't necessarily think it was a spoon because of the lead up to what this was. Like, Doug had been deliberately cagey about what he was making. He's just like, I'm carving a thing, and that's been sort of like just a little sort of through line that's been running for goodness knows how many episodes now. And when he rolls as well as he did, like with that final piece, Harry was like, it's finished if you want it to be. But they're being deliberately like not saying what it is. I didn't necessarily think it was a flute. I did think that maybe it was something that he intended to leave as an offering in that place.
Mm-hmm.
But I had no idea what it could be. Yeah. But as someone who can play the flute, like, to hear him do that was something incredibly special. Particularly as it's a kind of flute that you don't really see a lot. My family's like Irish way back, so I recognized it as a flute when he pulled it out, but you don't hear it a lot in mainstream. So not only to have that be the thing that he brings out, but also for him to play it as well as he did, and his ability, and also the graciousness of the rest of the cast to allow him that silence and allow him to hold the silence afterwards as well was something really special. And yeah, Sean, what you were saying about, not having the opportunity to have that final conversation sometimes, that was the bit that broke me as well. Like, I was doing pretty well at, like, not actually crying whilst he was playing the flute and
Oh, yeah.
sort of having that moment. But the second, like, he got to the, like, to actually having that conversation in the second location, yeah, I was not okay, but in the best way.
Yeah.
Like, in the same way at the end of 22, a lot of us were not okay.
Yeah, for me, it was a very much I appreciate the playing emotion. Like, I was just like, oh, this is really nice. And then it was
It's
like the
beautiful. Yeah.
actions were what took me out, because I was just so entranced by, because you're right, it's a beautiful instrument to actually hear out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And I do love how, they had all of the music off, and
Yeah.
it was effectively like, hey, Doug, the floor is yours. do what you're going to do with this guy. Like, and as you were saying, Jazzy, like the man's clearly studied Pinter, right? Because he knows how to hold a pause. Like, he knows how to hold space like that, because it's something, yeah, I don't know. It feels like, and this isn't to say that Doug hasn't given great performances previously, but it felt like one of his best performances. And
It seemed, I think the way I sort of looked at it was it showed that difference between role playing and professional acting. He was professional acting.
it was the actor Doug Cockle, it wasn't Kelness. The actor Doug Cockle was well and truly in the room.
Was in the room.
I mean, he's always in the room, but he was well and truly in the room.
It was his A game at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have another like thank you conversation next time I see him, because I did at PAX, because that was after 22.
Yeah.
After 22.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, there was other stuff I
definitely gonna
talked to
say
him about,
something.
but yeah, because that was right after he had tweeted about undergoing cancer treatments
Yeah.
for the same cancer my dad initially had. So we had a conversation at PAX about that. Not to go too deep into it, because he talked to me about some other stuff too, but that was very nice. And now it's like, I can't believe you've done this to me again, Doug Cockle. Like,
Honestly, the audacity of the man. The audacity of the man.
Yeah,
How
like,
very dare.
I can't believe you've done this to me again. We can't keep doing this.
The only thing is though, is the last time he did that, within 2 episodes he turned into a cat and mauled Elowen.
Yeah,
so what crazy
so
crap is he going to come up with?
If you can't accept him at his leopard, you don't deserve him at his nat 20 emotionally charged moments. I'll say it once and I'll say it 1,000 times. If you don't love him at his leopard, you don't deserve him at his nat 20.
Well, Leopard Kel might be back in a couple of episodes.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
not a
for sure.
prediction.
Listen, anything can
Or is
happen
it?
when Doug Cockle's in the room.
I think
I
there's
mean,
going to
this is
be at least an episode or 2 of Shaking Off the Rust, because these guys haven't played seriously together.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Basically,
This is from
since
January. This episode
late
was
January at this point.
January.
And they started filming again the start of this month, basically.
Very recently, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
very
over
recently.
3.5 months, so you've got everything to relearn. Holly's played a ton of D&D in her own time between those sessions.
There's a pub near, like, she talks about, like, there's a pub near her that runs like a Tuesday night D&D.
So she's probably the most mechanically accomplished of the lot now. Having gone in as the novice, she's now the most mechanically accomplished.
But she has been playing different classes and everything,
She's been
right?
experimenting a lot.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be it'll be interesting to see whether they try and do episode 55 to make it feel as though nothing has changed, or it's like this is the new era and things are going to feel a bit more stepped up, and or whether they're going to just try and, particularly as the story itself we're not at a natural breakpoint. It's not like they've just left Taliska or they've stepped through a portal of some kind.
It's going to be interesting how they
mid-arc.
manage that transition for sure.
Poor producer Tom. We're thinking of you, producer Tom.
We definitely are. We definitely are.
Yeah.
So
I literally sent one of those like no messages about producer Tom once. I think they were talking about moving merch, and I was like, no,
please don't.
don't hurt yourself, King.
So I thought that he was carving a figurine of his love, whose name I can't remember.
Ariana, yeah.
Ariana.
Yeah,
That's who
Ariana.
I thought. That's what I thought he was going to pull out, and that he would then place it on the rock and whatever else, and etc. That's what I figured was going to happen. Obviously, that didn't happen, and something quite amazing did happen. I don't think any of us could have imagined that Doug was going to pull out a flute and play it.
Strange magic.
But I think in my own way, to your guys' points of the way, the commentary on death in this episode doesn't hit, for whatever reason, doesn't hit me particularly hard. I think the commentary on reconciliation does more. And there's so much to unpack. Like, we could probably spend an hour just talking about half a dozen sentences that were said in that episode, what they mean, how significant they are for Kel as the character, how, the significance of the tree speaker, what it means, the significance of the reconciliation, how important that is, how important it is for him to have accepted himself for what he is, that it wasn't his fault, etc. These things have nothing to do with death and have to do with the living, right?
Yeah.
And the living's ability to accept the reality of the situation, right? And is also such a dramatic tone shift from a Radian who just cannot accept the reality of the situation. And here we have somebody who found somebody and some magical thing to help him reconcile the kind of difficulty of it, right? That to me is the most significant, or was the most significant in a whole series there of Doug's significant moments, right? And probably have the most impact on 55 and later, right? I'm sure it is important for him to be able to reconcile the death of his adopted father, right? But at the same time, reconciling who you are, having that burden lifted, right? Accepting that's huge, right? And not a moment that, I mean, those of us who have had those moments in our own lives, to be able to have that burden, to have that acceptance, right? And to allow that to happen, that is, I mean, you can only dream of being able to do that, right? After what probably is decades in this character's life, right? So it feels really, I know, Jazzy, you were saying, well, we don't really have this isn't a bookend, right? But man, is it a turning of the page of this particular character into a whole new, this is the moment that in the classic epic RPG, the character gets the staff of whatever, right? Based on this, or gets the big spell or whatever, right?
He's got his promotion.
He's got his promotion.
Basically, he's pushed in L3 and R3.
Yes.
He has.
Or both of the he's doing the ultimate, right? He can do the ultimate now.
Basically. Yeah. But I mean, as part of that acceptance, he has to be able to forgive himself for the anger that he's felt previously. So there is a beautiful level of being able to forgiveness in there as well. It's such, as you say, it's such a contrast to Radiant that doesn't seem to have any forgiveness in him at the moment.
Yep.
Hard to forgive yourself when you don't know what you've done or how
Yep.
people feel about it.
Yeah. Whereas for Kel, all he's had is knowledge of what he's done and how he reacted to things. And I think he was right to feel the anger that he felt.
Yeah.
Because
And
his
guilt.
sense of his sense of self had been hidden from him for however many years. and the way it was revealed was not exactly a light and fluffy moment. You know, he ended up setting fire to the face of someone that used to be one of his best friends.
Who he was already in conflict with, to be fair, but
I mean,
Didn't-
yeah, but
did
that
not
was,
help
that's
matters
just,
at
that's,
all.
That's just because Yilda was a jelly baby, an absolute
Yeah.
jelly baby, because he wanted Iriana.
they should just let her pick who she wants. Like, why are
Yeah.
we doing this, fellas? Hey,
Toxic masculinity.
have we learned nothing from all the stories about this?
No. No, we
Let
haven't.
her
never
decide.
ends well.
No,
No, we haven't.
too impatient to let her decide.
Another little beautiful touch though that came after that, of course, was with the spoons.
Hello.
Oh, yes.
The little
Yeah.
thank you, to the tray, the giving, the leaving of spoons. I thought that was, everyone got a little moment with the spoon.
To show, it was almost showing solidarity
Mhm.
with Kel
It's just,
in that moment. Like, because they wouldn't have had any real connection to anything that would have happened, but they would have seen their friend going through this, and so as a
it
means
was
of
their way of
solidarity.
talking to the tree without talking to the tree.
Yeah, because they can't
Yeah.
hear the tree. Yeah.
Yeah. So they did an action instead. I thought that was lovely. I've said lovely a lot, but it was.
Just lovely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
With
Most
the
definitely.
weird stags with bits missing.
Bits missing, yes.
Yeah, and
Spooky
apparently there's
stag.
something
Stags.
very deliberate about
Yeah.
I'm
why
sure
they are the
there
way they are.
is. Maybe we'll leave it as a, given the time, we
Yeah.
will leave it as an exercise to the commenters to give us their thoughts on
I like that. I got no
Yes.
theories. I'm not a
what
theory crafter.
you think the multiple stags and their various
States of undress.
states of undress. Thank you, Shan.
Welcome.
Appropriate.
And what
The
you think that
commenter will
means.
have something to say about that.
I'm sure they
drip.
Sure they will.
The drip.
One of them was letting the side down.
Yes.
Oh.
I like the drip, Jazzy. That's good. All right. Are we happy to leave 54 there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Excellent. Let's move on to 55.
Oh.
And get our predictions going. Firstly, number of words in the title. Shannon.
I'll do. I'm always torn between numbers. I'll do 3 again.
3. Who is
Yeah.
Radian going to have his one-on-one with?
See, now while we were talking, I was also torn because Doug did say that Doug was gonna ask him what was going on with him. Like Cal just wanted to know, like, hey man, like, what's
going
going
on,
on? Harry wanted it to be a fight. Doug just was like, nah. Kel's just like,
Kel's is like Kel's a
Kel's
chill
just
dude.
confused. What's
He's
going
had a
on
lot
there?
going on. He's had
Yeah,
a lot
Kel-
going on.
He's gonna
Kel's
offer-
like, he's tired.
He's gonna offer him some somnium, and it'll be all good.
Yeah, so like,
Oh, no.
I'm
Dolly will
torn
kill
on.
him.
Yeah, I'm torn on who would actually like see what's going on with him. I don't think it'll be Elowen, I'll say that, and I don't think it would be I. I
Okay.
do think it would be between Dolly and Kel.
All right.
But I think Kel might. I
Which
almost
one's gonna
don't
be
want to
Shan?
put another character's burden on Kel right now
Mm-hmm.
because he's got stuff going on. But at the same time, like, interesting moment, Radiant to threaten the forest again.
But he does have the broadest shoulders. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But again, he doesn't know what's going on with the tree either, so it's hard to like. You're an idiot, but you're an uninformed idiot, like kind of situation.
Most definitely.
Which
Which one's it gonna be?
Yeah, I know. I really hate doing predictions. I'm gonna be like completely honest, because nothing. It's so. unpredictable, something like this. And it's been like 4 months.
True. Would you like me to come
I'll
back
go
to you?
with I'll go with Dolly.
Okay.
I love Doug. But he's done this kind of thing before. He's like, "Oh, I want to do this. I'll see if I can do this." And then he never
And
does.
then he doesn't.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to give it
It'll be
to,
3.5 months later. He'll have forgotten.
Yes, cuz he said he wanted to have a conversation with Radian before and then never did.
And then
So
never
in an
did.
action surge.
then
Yes.
So I'll give it to
Would
Aoife
you like to do
/
your
Dolly.
actual prediction now, Shan, or do you want to think on it?
Actual prediction. Yeah, I'll take a second because I still don't even know what I
It'll
think
take
is
a
gonna
moment.
happen.
All right,
Yeah.
Jazzy, how many words in the title?
4.
Excellent. Who is going to have the one-on-one with Radian?
See, I was going to say Dolly, but that's
Well,
Dolly's been
you can
said.
also say Dolly.
Yeah, it's not an
Yeah.
exclusive
Oh,
answer.
all right, fine. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I think Dolly, because
You're
I
going
think
Dolly?
Dolly's got, because they've both had something unsaid. So I think that common. I just think it kind of follows on from before, and again, I know there's been a 4-month filming gap, but I think they've both responded in a similar. I ain't
Excellent.
saying.
Would
So,
you
yeah.
like to make your prediction now, or do you want to
Uh,
defer?
I kind of have like a one-word one and a few and another one that's got a few more words. So
Go on.
my one-word prediction: minis.
Ooh, good one.
Yes, get those.
Okay.
Get Chris in the new studio. Why not?
Let's get some
It might
minis
not be
out.
it might be combat, might be puzzle thing. I feel like because Harry's got 4 months to write stuff and cook some stuff up, he's got ages to come up with something a bit, a bit wild with Laffy. So why not? So
Yep,
minis.
and to
But
ease them into maybe a couple easy combats to just
yeah,
kind of. Yep.
they might. Yeah, they might.
Cool.
Fight like a weird
Set piece.
weed or
Yep.
something. But my other slightly wilder predictions: they meet the purple dragon from Radiant's vision, who is not
Okay.
who's not best pleased, but their divine essence from themselves basically prevents, just about keeps the peace.
Okay. Sophie, how many words in the title?
2.
2. Who is Radiant going to have his one-on-one with?
I want it to be Calnus.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be Calnus, I think. Like, I agree, Dolly seems like the
logical
most
choice.
likely choice, but I also feel that Calnus would be an interesting one. So I'm going to go Calnus. Just because.
Calnus. Excellent. Would you like to make your prediction now, or would you like to defer?
Just because I'm slightly nervous that we haven't had anything more from this. It's one word. Yilda.
I was thinking the exact same framing
Right,
of the
they're in
exact.
Laffy.
I
But
was gonna
is
say
Laffy-
I also
is
have a
Laffy-
one-word prediction.
Oh, dang it.
It's okay. It's
Snooze,
okay.
you
Continue.
lose.
Continue.
Well, it's more like they're in Laffy. He's finally reconciling himself and sort of forgiving himself for the things that happened when he was last in Laffy.
Yep.
It seems like an opportune moment for Yilda to pop out of the woodwork. No idea how. But also,
Literally the woodwork.
yeah, literally. But also, what's interesting is the idea that will Laffy let Yilda back in?
Good
Does
point.
Laffy love you?
If it's yeah, I mean, because if Laffy loves Kel as much as it does, would it seek to protect him from those that would? And would Yilda be able to fool the trees?
Oh,
of Laffy?
fool the trees? Good point.
We know Yilda's a shapeshifter, but can it see underneath that? But yeah, so Yilda is my prediction.
Excellent. I'm going with my usual, which is 1. for the words. I'm going with Elowin
I
for the
like
one-on-one. And
Do you think she's just basically just going to call him out for being a grumpy
yes,
little?
Brat.
Yeah, yeah, because
Uh,
she does do that.
yes. Whether, and they have had a couple moments one-on-one together in the past.
Yeah, they've had some nice like sibling moments.
So that's
Yeah,
my
she just feels very adversarial right now, which is why I'm hesitant to think
Yeah.
it's her, but because she's
But
been
maybe
very
that's how it
not
happens.
trust. Yeah, exactly. I could only see it happening if she was going to confront him. I wouldn't see it her
Yeah.
doing it out of concern. Yeah.
time heals all wounds. It's been 3 months.
We'll see, because last time she was, yeah, I mean, yeah, if Holly wants to play Elowen that way,
Mhm.
yeah. But Elowen has not had 3 months.
No, she has not.
Yeah.
No, she has
She was
not.
pretty mad at him last they spoke. So,
Yes. As for predictions, man,
see.
Need a one-word one
hard.
as well.
a one-word one. Yeah. So far we've had Minis and Yilda. I will go with I'll go with tree speaker mechanics are explained
Ooh.
and significant. So
Oh.
we get to know what a tree speaker means and that's significant at a character level for Kelness. That's what I'll go with. Shannon.
I don't know, man. Maybe.
Will Radian get something he wants?
I don't know how much more
Literally
he can
everybody,
piss off
apart
this
from
forest.
Radian, has now received something positive
Yeah.
in this magical place.
Do you think he's going to... Because he took some of the water.
It depends on how mad the Wooder is that he kidnapped it, to be honest. So,
Well, at least he didn't put it in the bag of holding.
right.
Oh my god.
Like,
Oh, the
'cause-
stuff that's in that bag.
yeah. Or
Oof.
if he has... Also, I mean, there is the possibility that if he does have a conversation with someone, that he then approaches the Wooder with a bit less hostility, and then the Wooder is willing to give him a little bit.
Something that
Yeah,
he might like.
so I think it really depends on Radian, which makes it really difficult to decide because
Rather
as an
unlikely.
agent of chaos, it's hard to know where he's going to land at any given time.
Mhm.
I think, yes. I think he will get something nice. The other prediction I was going to say, perhaps, is that there's still one more thing for the stag to show Kel. I don't think the stag is done showing them things before they see the... Like, I think that they need to be... Like, I'm wondering if Ariana's alive in the forest. Because the village is... They stopped hearing from the village. That was confirmed in this episode as well. That their village went silent. But that doesn't mean none of them survived.
100%.
They could have just gone to another village.
That was my thought as well,
Yeah.
with respect to like where they would
Because
go.
they just lost their tree speaker. That doesn't
where they
mean
would
that
go
they're...
next, right? Where the
Yeah.
stag would lead him. I was not expecting the tree. I was expecting him to lead
Another
the
village.
stag to lead to Ariana, right?
Yeah.
Going back to my theory of, oh, well, he's going to pick up the carving of her that he has been doing for ages because to keep her memory and blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
And that it would lead to her next, right?
Yeah. Whether I'm sure it's going to be that or not is what I'm not sure, but I just don't think the stag is done with them yet because there's no way they're ready to see the dragons when there's still so much turmoil.
Well, they've received nothing.
Yeah.
This hasn't been about guidance for them to go for anything
No.
future. It's
They're
about
just welcoming Cal home at this
it's the
point.
reconciliation. There is no
Yeah.
there's no guidance here about where to go next. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. In fact, nothing in this entire episode provided them with any direction about what to do or where to go after this, right?
Yeah.
Just follow the stag. That's
Just
all they
follow
knew.
the stag.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Definitely. All right. We happy?
I think so.
Ish. It'll be
Yeah.
cool to see the new studio for 55.
Yes.
We'll see
Yeah.
how much we can tell that it's the new studio. Are we ready to mop up?
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
Let's get
Whoa,
that
not
mop.
mop up. Mop up.
Nop. I actually used this mop yesterday, so I'm glad it's already dried.
Does it smell good, Jazzy?
Clean.
Oh.
Excellent.
Mine smells like flash mop, like mop fluid.
Lemon pledge.
Yeah.
Do we have any other business?
I think so.
I don't think so.
Excellent. Well, if not, and Harry hasn't given me any favorite moment of the episode, but shall we roll some poly then?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Oh, my dice are all the way down here. Hang on.
I better use my geeky clean set, like I said earlier. It's amazing I remembered I even said that.
I
You
will
did?
be using my beholder set.
Oh,
Ooh.
cute.
They're liquid core, so they've got a beholder eye.
Oh, on the inside.
Inside them. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh no, Jazzy's rolled really high. Now I'm scared.
Or have I?
Or have I? Oh, this
Hi,
is.
Daisy.
I mean, I've had better rolls.
Ooh.
Girly pop. Oh no, you brought him too.
I just like that the D4
nope,
is almost like
nope.
a slightly lopsided D8. So it's not like a triangle. The end is.
Yeah. Just using my dispel dice again because I paid enough money for them. Might as well.
It's like my Clockwork
They deserve
Arcana
to be
dice that I
rolled.
bought. My Clockwork Arcana dice need for me to join a campaign with my Circle of Dreams.
Yeah, one
backseat
day I'll
druid.
play some D&D.
Yeah,
Baby.
D&D, baby.
With my nice dice tray and all my dice.
Dice tray. Dice. You're gonna be you've got all the gear. Shit. It's all there. Tell us what you have rolled.
85.
85.
Yeah, I got a 0 on the I got a 50, but then I got a 0 on the
On the D10.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, and the high, like I rolled a 19, but there's like a 1 and a 2 as well, so it's like it's mostly middle of the road.
Shame. Jazzy.
Okay, not as exciting as you'd think given my early reaction. Just 63.
63.
Yeah, I got a 40 on the percentile. What excited me was on the D20 I got the web symbol, and then I realised, that's only a 6. I was like, I got a nat
Whoops.
20. I got that's
Nope,
not
you got a
right.
natural 6.
I got a
Natural
natural 6,
six.
and actually that was even more exciting. But yeah, it only met 63,
Excellent.
but worth it.
Sophie.
62.
62.
We're neighbours.
I know. Like
It's
I
amazing
got,
how
I got
often
a
that
20
stuff
on the
happens.
percentile,
Pop round for
and then I
tea.
got a 4.
Us
See, 'cause I
humans,
got a
we're good at
16
finding
on
patterns,
I got a
though.
16 on my D20.
Wow.
So I thought I
Cool.
was doing well, and then I got like 4, 20, 2.
Well, I rolled 80 on
Oh,
the
shoot.
percentile.
on your
On the
percentile, I was
percentile.
like,
Oh,
So
Damn.
I
Damn, we did bad,
scored
but
a
actually-
total of 113.
damn.
fudging hell.
I thought maybe I won for once with my middle of the road roll. Of course, you had to lead like that, get my hopes
You
up.
won last week. Or
Did I?
last episode.
I thought I
believe so.
lost that one by 1. I thought you won that one.
Did I win?
You
I don't
beat me by 2 episodes ago when we both got like 130 something.
Last
Yeah,
episode.
there was like a.
Shannon 119,
I thought
Andy
you rolled a-
92, Bard 106, me 59. You
Oh, I
won
thought that
by
because there was one where I
quite
thought I
some
won
margin.
and then I did not win because you rolled like higher than me. And I was sad.
Yeah,
that
but-
was 2 episodes ago, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But yes, you won last time.
Well, I never win, so
You
that
never
goes to show how much I don't remember when I win. Because I think I've only won once.
won. Right. Anything else, guys? If not, shall we shout outs? Roll initiative, please.
It'd be funny
Nat
if I
20.
get. Oh wow!
You got 13. What?
No, I got a nat 20.
Now 20. Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh,
15 for me.
12.
Nat 1, Jazzy.
not quite. 3
3.
Oh, 3.
halved
Alright.
my previous 20.
Well, then, shall we let... We'll let Jazzy go first.
Yep.
Then Shan. Then me. And then... Sophie will close us out, yeah?
Sounds good.
Floor is yours,
Wow.
Jazzy.
Stop
Trying to
picking
read-
up trash. Stop it.
Um,
That's my registration, dude.
That's going to be great for the listeners.
No, Daisy, when she doesn't get enough attention, just picks up something and steals it. She just picked up my extra copy of my registration off the floor. Or she's trying to anyway. Oh, there she goes.
Excellent.
Good thing that's a copy.
Yeah.
Yes. Jazzy.
how do I top that?
You don't.
I don't.
don't.
You just try
I
and
just-
follow it
You can't
gracefully.
beat Daisy, honestly. Nobody can.
No.
No, that's true.
House always wins.
Oh,
Daisy.
isn't that true? Train of thought now. Shout out to my 3 lovely co-hosts. Thank you very much for having me on again, you mad fools. Thank you very much. Shout out to the Natural Six and to DoubleJump for helping make their dreams a reality, and and to the point where now they can just sit back and enjoy the show as we do, and watch someone else do all the hard work. So shout out to them. Shout out to the North. Everywhere has a North. It was I had a great time in the North here. Hopefully your North is as lovely as mine. Shout out to the North. Shout out to T. Shout out to Bertine. Shout out to Bertine. That's it from me.
Excellent. Shannon.
Shout out to, I guess, Well, shout out to you guys first and foremost. For once again, like for those who join us and for those who are always here. Um, shout out to shout out to the dogs. One of whom was like bumping his butt up on. I don't know if you guys heard me at one point go, "What are you doing?" Because he was like just scratching, like rubbing his like tail.
It sounded like there was styrofoam. Was there styrofoam?
Oh, he was scratching my new desk mat with his nails. It's textured. So yeah, that was that. But at one point, like, he was like bumping his butt up against my seat and like he just wouldn't hold still. I'm like, what are you doing? So shout out to them. Shout out to Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band and Tom Morello. It was a really great show and it was a really good time. And I felt a little bit of hope again hearing the responses to some of the things that were said there. I felt a little bit, and he did say at the end, like, you know, part of why we did this tour was because we want to feed off of your energy. And I've been doing this for decades and I've always fed off of you guys. And I want to thank you for all that time you've spent with me. And I hope I can give you a little bit of that hope and joy back in the same respect. And so like that was really nice. So like, yeah, shout out to them because like, I think his music's always been a part of my life. So it's always been a bright spot. And I think a lot of the stuff he's written is really poignant now. So it's nice to kind of have that and to hear that all live and to watch Tom Morello go absolutely crazy in the middle of a Bruce Springsteen song. Never thought I'd see that happen. That was really cool. And Nils Lundgren. I mean, all of them, really. I mean, the fact that they're all playing at that level with that much energy at their ages is impressive. Very impressive. Because the drum, Max, I forget his last name. He's been drumming with him for years. Also crazy. So shout out to all of them. Shout out to the Six, as always. Because they're wonderful. I don't know. I'm sure they hear it a lot, but it's nice to hear it one more time. And I don't know. Shout out to. I've been so tired lately. Shout out to my best friend who had to hear the craziest stories when I was spending time with her when I was up there. Because sometimes it's nice to talk about your problems and not be judged. And yeah, I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. My brain's dead.
Thank you.
Oh, shout out to the commenter for giving us an excuse to dress fancy.
As you do.
Yeah.
As we are coming up on 4 hours, I will try and be brief. Thank you, all three of you, for joining me on this crazy ride. 32 episodes in. Shan is still putting up with me. I don't know why, but she is. Otherwise, shout out to the Montreal Canadiens who finally slayed the dragon.
Go Habs, go.
Go Habs, go. Shout out to Double O Jordan. Long may the tuxedo continue. I look forward to seeing what you've got in store for us on the wardrobe department in episode 55. Maybe that's what we should have predicted. Was what Alex was going to wear in episode 55. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. Sophie, it's all yours. Bring us home.
All right. Well, first of all, shout out to you guys for having me back a second episode in a row. Thank you very much for that. It's always a pleasure to come on here and chat with you guys. And this was a really good episode. They're all good, but this was a particularly good episode to sit and chat about. Shout out to the Six, but as ever, particularly Holly, because in Holly we trust. with everything she's probably running around and keeping organised in, in time for Comic-Con this weekend. And very, very briefly, shout out to Jazzy for staying calm. He did very well.
Well done, Jazzy.
I am calm.
And on that note, good night.
Night night.
Bye.